everyone, and we're live. You're tuning into Cosmic Children. I'm your host, Kevin, and today I have a very unique individual in the studio with me. This individual was introduced to me by a previous guest of the podcast, Nicholas Ong, and also shout outs to him for being a Nike ambassador. So
is he a Nike ambassador?
He is certified.
He wish.
Hey, I think he is.
I also dream of being a Nike. I'm a Converse ambassador.
Okay.
Converse, okay.
So that is the brother brand to Nike.
Sister company. Converse, yes. Old school kicks for the kills.
So when I was doing my research on this particular individual, I found out that you were voted the most eligible bachelor in 2017. I hope that title it still remains for 2022. So could you please introduce yourself, who you are, and could you please describe what you do? Because I found it particularly difficult to identify what type of job you do. Yeah.
Until today, I also don't know what I do for a living.
Okay.
Teh tarik.
Teh tarik?
I feel I make the best teh tarik for a living.
Okay.
You know, it's just, I'm full of sugar, milk. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have said milk.
You're full of milk.
No, what I was trying to get, I didn't think this through, but what I was trying to get at is I'm as powerful and flavorful as a cup of teh tarik.
Okay.
With extra fluff. You know, the foam on top, it's the best part. It's the flavor in there. But yes, I'm still an eligible bachelor.
Okay. Good to know.
That's what that competition is for. The competition wasn't for people like me to go on there and then show off to the world. It was them reminding me what a fucking single fuck I was.
I didn't think that.
When they asked me on stage, they're like, what do you think of this competition? It's like, thank you for reminding me that I am single as fuck at this point. And then I won. Of course I didn't win the eligible bachelor. I won one of the awards called Talk of the Town. And I think that's what people know me as, and what I do for a living is just talk of the town. I'm talking all the time. And then their next question was, so now that you won this award, what are you going to do? I was like, what's the award called? They're like, Talk of the Town. Okay, after this, I'm going to shut up. That's what's going to happen because that's what I talk. But if I had to put what I do for a living into context, it would be acting, social media, hosting. There was a better write-up in my bio. I wish I could read that out to you. But I think it was acting, hosting, and social media personality. All-rounded fool was in there. So that's the job. I'm a fool. I'm a jester. I'm a clown.
So moving forward, should I refer to you as Kishan or teh tarik? Your preference.
If you can get me some teh tarik
later,
that would be beautiful. But Kishan will be fine.
Kishan will be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, how did you get your start in acting?
That's a story I've shared. Every time people ask me this question, I always get flashbacks and memories.
Okay. So everything's buzzing right now.
Yeah. So
must be the beer, actually.
Hey, don't tell people. Actually, I am. If you can hear this.
ASMR.
I really needed one so badly. But how I started? Okay, don't laugh at me, okay? I was sitting on the couch with all my cousins one hot afternoon watching Hannah Montana on Disney Channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, vintage.
Yeah.
Look at her now. Ew. I like her when she's Hannah Montana. And then I found out she's my age then and there. And then I was thinking to myself, why the fuck am I sitting on the couch when I could be there? You know, being famous and shit. And then, you know, I can do what she does. But I cannot sing lah.
Yep.
I cannot sing. I can tell jokes, but I cannot sing. So I was like, I can do what you do. So I went into this frenzy at the age of 16. And I said, I want to do that. Where do I start? And then I turned to my uncle who happened to be in the house. And I said, look, I want to act. Do you have somebody I can call? He's like, actually, our wedding people, the videographer, quite famous apparently. Maybe you want to call him? I said, sorry, for a moment, my uncle's Chinese. The accent came out. Yeah. He's actually Indian, supposed to be. I actually have somebody to call, so you can call them. Sorry, wrong accent. See when it's English. So he gave me this card and he said, Senthil Nathan, camera operator. I think so. Don't hate me for saying your designation wrong. And then I called him out immediately. And I said, look, I have a script.
Oh.
I have something in mind. I'll write it out. I want to meet you and I want to sell it and I want you to shoot it and then make me a star.
And you were like 15 at that time?
16.
Okay, wow, okay.
And then his next reply was, who the fuck are you? And I was like, yeah, as you do.
Appropriate.
As you do. And then he said, you know what? I want to meet you tomorrow. After the who the fuck are you line? Like, yeah, I want to meet you tomorrow. Great World City, McDonald's. Come. I'll bring a friend. And he's like, okay. And then, I'm going crazy at this point. Oh shit, my big break is here. I'm gonna be a star. And I go and write a script. And then I bring the wrong script. I wrote, you're supposed to bring the synopsis and the log line and all these. I brought like episode 1, so it's like out of context. Yep. And then I went in there and I met him and I pitched it all. And he's just glistening, this big glistening smile. Under all that dark skin, you could just see this him glow. I can see these things. And then he just puts that aside and he goes, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to act. His next line is a typical Singaporean line. What if you cannot act? And that hit me very hard right there. I sat there going, I didn't think of that. And I feel there's a good and bad to that. I will get to the good part later. I'll just remind me.
Yep.
But the bad part in that question. Ask me that later. I'll tell you what's good about what he said. So when he brought out that line, it hit me so hard. It's like, shit, you're right. I've never acted before. I don't know what this is. What is a camera? Where do I go? Or, it's like, just people filming you.
Yep.
Like
what are the mechanics of it, really?
Nothing. Yep. All I said was, I just wanted to I can do that. I knew I can do that. And then he says, well, let's talk about plan B. I said, okay, what is plan B? He said, why don't you learn how to be behind the camera before you get in front? As a backup plan. He's like, do you want to be in this industry? I was like, yeah, I want to be in film. And then he was like, great. I want you to learn how to be behind the camera. He kind of adopted me like a trainee, and he was my mentor. I love him till today. Unfortunately, I haven't met up with him in a while. So if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but I'll come and kiss your face. I don't know why. You made me. And so he said, okay, I'm going to change your life plan a bit. I want you to go and study film, and then we're going to put you in a job, and then I want you to learn how to be behind the camera. Once you've done all that, and when you feel like you're ready, you're going to move forward, which is acting. So I've been behind the camera for 5 years. So I went from, I was a normal technical student. I didn't want to go to ITE. I mean, ITE is great, but I just knew if I were to take that time and I was doing this mental calculation, like, 3 years ITE, 3 years poly, 2 years NS. By the time I get there, how much work could have been done? I would have lost my youth, my energy, my drive. This good-looking face came as I got older. When I was younger, I needed a doctor. I asked my mother, why so ugly?
What did she say?
She said, when you get older, you get better looking. Look at me. I said, you are right. Because my mom's a hottie. She's a 57-year-old cougar who doesn't want to wear, old lady clothes. She's wearing high shorts. And I'm like, please, pretend to be my mom.
But more power to her.
Huh?
More power
to her. No, don't walk out like a slut. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I'm kidding. I love her. Where was I?
So what was the counterpoint to that argument that he was trying to tell you when you were at that age? You mentioned that there was a good part and a bad part.
No, so, after a while when I realized being told, what if you can't do it?
Did that expose you to perhaps thoughts that you weren't cognizant of?
No, that's why I said the good part of, telling me that what if you couldn't do it, put me into plan B, which safeguarded my standing in the industry in case I couldn't act and then I fall back, right? Was great. What I felt at this age was wrong with that line. Was what could have happened? What possibility could you have given this kid and said, yeah, you can act. If you believe in yourself, you can act. I mean, yes, my fire was doused, but you ignited another flame. Now, what if I said, yeah, you can do it, and that fire was already so bright? What if you just exploded that fire? What would have happened then? What would have happened if my younger self was told, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, go and do it. Because I knew I could do it. So now for any other young person, I'm very young. I'm 28. You're how old?
30?
You're 30. Yeah,
I believe so. Let me check my IC later.
yeah,
I'll
you
let
check
you know later.
because you don't look 30, but I feel like 30. My knees all not working already. Got problem. so, so I just feel like, young people, if you tell them they can do it and then they believe in themselves and they go and do it, what could have happened there? That fire's alive,
Yep.
Don't douse it.
Yep.
But then, I also look back and say, when he told me that, it was a great thing because, I did normal thing. I left, I did private O's, I failed at that. I went to a private diploma, I went to beg for money to, I had no money at that time. We were pretty, not really well to do. Find $16,000, go and do a private diploma in film. And then, while I was doing that, so what class was from 11 to 11? No, I would go to school from 7 to 11, and then from 11 to 7 p.m. I'll be working in a production house
Goodness.
as an intern. So that was my day, and then go back home and you do your assignments and film.
And rinse, repeat.
Yeah. So I started as a PA, and then I found this company called No Average Joe. So Sentil put me there.
Yep.
Introduced me to the owner.
Yep.
So when I first walked into the office, I was looking for Joe Peter. Then I asked I was racist.
How so?
Because I was asking all the Chinese people here, who is Joe Peter? Then I turned, the Indian guy is called Joe Peter. So I said, huh? You're Joe Peter? So I was being very...
How did he take it?
He said, it's okay, normal. So I was thinking, you would be another or whatever. So But I went to all the Chinese people and I was like, are you Joe Peter? Are you Joe Peter? Are you Joe? Because I assume, right? You assume. And then the Chinese people, no, that's him. I didn't believe him. So I went to that another person.
You didn't believe it?
Yeah, he thought he was joking. That's like, oh, you're Joe Peter. You're Catholic. Then, of course you assume again. And then he crafted the whole, okay, you'll be... So I was kind of with him for like 5 years. And then, I went from PA to AP, which is associate producer, and then AD at one point, and then camera B operator, editor. So I tried every field of work in there. Now, here's the beauty of that. After 5 years, I said, time to act. It's done.
It was like early 20s.
So right after national service, I say it's time to act. I can't do it. I want to act. I spent 1 whole year auditioning for every fucking thing, and that whole year was like a talent search year. There was a 987 DJ search. There was 5 search, for MediaCorp. Then there's some, you go for castings in adverts. None of them gave me a job. None. Nobody wanted to take me in. But I said, no, I can do this job very fucking well. And I'm very proud to say that I think I do a good job. And I believe that. Because when you go to say, if you don't believe you're doing a good job, then why the fuck are you at the job? And unfortunately, I gave up.
Help me to understand that. What do you mean?
I knew I could do the job. I knew I could make it in life. And not make it in life. I'm going to say, could live the dream of just wanting to be an actor. That's all. But I gave up. Why? Because I knew how tough school life was and working, and then that 5 years of struggle, and then this 1 whole year people telling you not to do it because they think you can't do it. Of course I gave up. Part of me died. And at that point I was struggling with independence. It's the Asian culture here where you still live with your mom. Your mom's gonna spoon feed you. And I was like, no. So after the age of 18, I told my mom, you're not giving me shit. I don't want money. I don't want anything. Maybe if you want to buy it and bring dinner back from grandma's place every now and then, I appreciate that. But I remember my breakfast and lunch was Cocoa Crunch. I had no money, no job. So whatever I saved up for 5 years, that was in a savings account, and I would use that. But a lot of the money was spent in school, and well, of course, in that 5 years you made some money lah. But it's the struggles. What if I don't get a job? What if now that I've given up, right? Next step is school. I need the money.
Yep.
So that's what I did. I gave up. Unfortunately, then I joined Curtin University to do a mass communications diploma. Here's where the fun begins. So I met my mentor again, And I was an administrator in the front of this workshop for his slow motion camera.
Okay.
And then, as I was doing admin and all that, this Indian guy comes to the table, he writes his name.
Oh, the dramatic pause. Wow.
And then Senthil walks out. And then he just looks at him and goes, hey, he want to act lah. Maybe you want to consider him. Now, this director's name is Don Aravind. He's actually quite a big name in the local scene for Vasantham shows and mainly for a long series in Singapore. One of the first called Tangling. Do you remember this? I think it was about 5 years ago. And he's like, oh, I mean, can you imagine you just been told that to your face? He's like, what's he going to think? Like, okay.
It's a bit random.
Yeah, what do you want? You know?
Unprovoked, and someone just pointed at
yeah,
you.
hey, you want to, because they're friends, you see. So I was like, hey, you want to act? You want to act? You just ask him. Then the guy just looked at me like, really? And I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, send me an email.
Yep.
Send me your headshots, your talent profile, and then I'll drop you an email after that. I said, oh yeah, can. Then I turned to myself, what is a headshot?
I was just about to ask you.
What is a talent profile? What the heck is this? I mean, I got it, right? Like, it wasn't what the heck is that? It was more, where the heck am I going to do that? Because in that 5 years of job, of course, we casted for talents.
Yep.
And let me tell you, in that 5-year job, when I did casting for some talents, for some adverts or shows, I would sit there as the casting director in awe of these people coming in for an audition, dreaming of the fact that, can I audition? I wanted to do it. And then you would see these people with their professional CVs and their headshots, and you're like, oh, is this what it is? And then at the table, I was like, what the heck? And then it clicked to me, let's go dig those up and check it out, how they're doing it, right? Like, I mean, you've been there, you've seen those. Yep. Let's go and see, let's go reference. Okay, so this is what is needed. I've seen how they've done auditions. I've seen how I do casting and how I get my people for the job. Okay, I can do this. So I fake it.
Oh.
So I hire a makeup artist who was a good friend of mine at that time. I hire a stylist, fantastic stylist. His name is Herman Shah. And I book a studio and we faked an entire talent profile in a day. It was a professional, I still remember, I think it was Kishan V1 2017 talent profile. And then it was me in a suit, in different, I'm showing different expressions. And then I emailed that, and then he gave it to the casting director. And the casting, how come we've never heard of you before? You know, CV is really good. And then they never called me yet.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll go to school.
Yep.
The show's already in season 1. You know you're not gonna get it. Fuck, you give up. So I, put the money into a local U. Everybody tells you get a cert, like get the cert. Even my mentors say you need a cert. You need paper in Singapore. You need paper in Singapore. You don't need paper in Singapore. I say that out loud right now.
Say it one more time. Yeah.
You don't need fucking paper. Use an iPad. No lah. But you don't need paper, okay? These days, fucking buy an NFT, rich man. Sit at home. I don't even know what an NFT is.
You don't need to. No one does.
But I would love to know. Fuck acting. Buy an NFT. No. I love acting. I wouldn't be doing this job if I didn't love it. And then 1 month into the degree, I finished semester 1. I was top in the class. I get a phone call in class asking me, we saw your reel, the tape that I did for the audition for Tangling. We liked it. We want to sign you. Season 2, 6 months contract. How do you feel about that? When do I sign? Okay, can you give me a minute? I went down into the office of the school, met the HR person, whatever she does, the administration. Bye. That's all I said. I said, sign me out, cancel me. She's like, why? Shall we counsel you? Shall we talk? What's going on? First thing, family problems. You want to talk about your family? Why family problem? Indian, is it? No, right? No, nobody's beating me at home. I'm fine. Just no family problem. I'm going to act. She's like, oh, for what show? Tangling. I love the show. She goes, you gonna do it? Yeah, cancel. I said, oh, basket, you're also cancelling my son. Okay, cancel. I do 6 months. And I haven't stopped acting since then.
That's a brilliant story.
That's the story.
So, dialing it back a little bit, I'm just curious to know, as you look back on this entire journey since you were 16, I have a two-part question. First part being, help me to understand this particular conviction you have as to why acting is the thing for you.
Yeah.
Because you were 16, and if I were to presume most 16-year-olds, they are still trying to understand the world.
Yeah.
They have a lot of influences, they see a lot of things, they're still trying their hands at different things to kind of figure out what they like. But help me to understand this particular conviction you have in regards to acting. What helped you understand this conviction? What influenced it?
You see, there's always this click in you. I believe your calling will click in you at a certain point in your life. Some people take longer. Some people take shorter. Some people even shorter. There's this click and something will just feed something in your head going, yeah, just do it now. So at the age of 16, like I said, I was watching Hannah Montana.
So it is Hannah Montana.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's that show at that point.
Nothing cooler.
That's why I say don't laugh. I wish it was like, this
Space
thing.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kubrick.
And then I was like, shit, I could do that. But in all honest truth, this started not at the age of 16, but it actually started way younger when I saw a particular film. Because I never wanted to be an actor. That wasn't the first dream. The first dream was to be a paleontologist in Singapore. And then my mother looked at me like, there are no bones in Singapore. You want to dig out World War II vets? Sure. But I tell you what, here's a film called Jurassic Park. Watch it. Maybe you'll like it. And then she sat me down with my uncle, who's a movie buff, and we watched Jurassic Park. I was absolutely blown away by the film. Until today, it's my favorite film because that's when it ignited the passion in me. Because my mother said, yeah, these actors, they can be whatever they want. And then what clicked in my head was, so you're meaning I don't have to choose a profession? I can act and every day change what I do for a living? 1 minute I'm playing a soldier, 1 minute I'm playing a doctor, I'm playing a psychopath, I'm playing did I ever play a terrorist? No, I played a comedian, and then I played a lot of things, right? You play, and you're dwelling in this profession. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. I don't have to pick a job, I just act.
That sounds like a seemingly innocent question, but that kind of solidified certain traits that what acting could do, the possibilities it could actually give you.
Yeah. And as a kid, I was like, so you mean if you act, dinosaurs come alive? I was like, yes! Yes! I want to see! I mean, till today, I'm dying to be in a Jurassic Park or World film. I mean, of course, they're launching that new one now, but I've been dying to be in the film. Maybe one day. But that, it started there. And then at the age of 16, it's like, okay, so when? And then I saw that, and I was like, yeah, go do that. And then you calculate.
Yep.
Right? You calculate, shit, 16 already. If I don't do it now, then 18, then 19, then 20. Then when you want to do 30? Lucky I never wait until 30. Now you see all the Gen Z all coming up.
Like younger and younger.
And then more energetic, hungrier.
Yep.
They're surpassing your following already. But different times, different measures.
So what, if you were to look at, or if you were to watch Jurassic Park again, what do you think was mesmerizing to you? What appealed to you about that film? Because the film was set, I think it was filmed and released in the 1990s.
June 11, 1993 when it came out.
Yeah, so what about that film stood out to you? Because that particular film started the franchise.
Yeah.
First of all, I think it was hallmarked as a shift in how movies were produced, especially like the dinosaurs. They stuck to a very, how would I put it? The essence of the movie is there. They stuck to their guns about it, and they pushed it through. So I'm just curious to know what about the movie appealed to you?
You see, a lot of people when they watch a film or any film, they hardly watch the behind the scenes stuff. They hardly go and read the story of how it was made. Because, as you do work, you present the work, right? But a lot of shit that happens around you, he said no to that, he said yes to that, but she got me that, he got me this. And then all that you don't see all that.
Yep.
And then I started researching on the film. But before I get to that, what was magnificent of this film was imagination, dreams, and reality just blowing up in your face like a huge cum shot, I tell you. Because you sit there, what does a fucking dinosaur look like? Who knows?
Who
At
knows?
1993, they filmed this what? Maybe in 1991.
Maybe even earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows? Who knows what they sound like? How they walked? How they mingled?
Yep.
Nobody knows. And then how would someone know how to react to a 30-foot
Yep.
T-Rex looking down on you? What's stopping you at going, yeah, boy. Hey. Yes, okay.
Change the tone of the film entirely.
Who said they had to be terrifying?
That's true.
And then when you watch the film, it's just, how the heck did you get a living, breathing T-Rex to act for you?
Yep.
It moves.
Yep.
The skin moves. The eye flickers, the tail wags, and you see the actors perform to nothing.
Yep.
And then I went to go research. Of course, they had wonderful animatronics at that time.
And it's not VFX. It's not video effects.
No.
Yeah.
And then you dwell deeper into the making of the film. Jurassic Park was going to be a stop motion animation film.
Oh.
So
I
it was
didn't
going
know
to be puppets, right? The Wallace and Gromit style?
Yep.
Yeah. And then this guy who deals with computers, I'm not going to go into too much detail on this guy, but it's just one guy who's one ordinary random employee who's dealing with computers said, no, I think I can do something on the computer. And he locks himself in his basement, comes out with a first 3D rendering of a T-Rex skeleton moving like it's living and it's breathing. And his boss, which was Phil Tippett, said,
Ooh.
no, hide this shit. We are doing... Was it Phil Tippett? Oh, wait. Don't. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm very sure it is. Fight me. No lah. And he said... And anyway, the thing was, his boss said, no, hide this shit. You're not doing this. You're going to put people out of a job. You're not showing this at all. But what this guy literally done was just create the first CGI.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But that's going to be Canada. They were about to hide this under the rug. And then, okay, do stop motion. So what this guy does, when Kathleen Kennedy, the producer of the film, walked into, okay, show me what you want to show me.
Yep.
Instead of doing what he had to do, he just played that. He said, fuck it. Fuck you, fire me now.
Yep.
I'm playing it because it's worthy of it. She's like, what is that?
Exactly.
That was the day CGI was built. And it was because of Jurassic Park, you got CGI today. If that guy didn't do it,
Yep.
if that guy did not pitch what he did to Steven Spielberg, you wouldn't have Jurassic Park today. And if you go and watch on Netflix 1,000 Movies That Made Us, they shoot him. They find him, they document him, and they put it in his point of view. You think Steven Spielberg made the film? The people made the film. That's what's beautiful about that. Everything comes together when you work in film. You see, it takes all these people, the crew, not just the director who gets the big name. He, of course, sees the vision, but what about the staff? And what if this guy didn't say,
Yeah.
yes?
Yep. If
Right?
he didn't persist with that idea of his, yeah.
Exactly. And then you take that to anybody today. You take that to people like me. If I said no to acting, would I be talking to you today? I don't know. If I said no to acting, what I would be doing today? I don't know. I just said yes. So I think say yes. Not to everything lah.
In moderation.
Yeah, somebody wants to fuck you, say maybe. Don't guess.
Coffee first.
Coffee first. Then
But it's kind of incredible too when you look back. Hindsight 2020, really. It's the seemingly random decision of one thing, it will lead to a cascading effect, and people are just building on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's life. Your life path is already built for you. The way is shown. The signboards are up. Turn here, you'll go there. Turn right, you'll go there. And you know these things. Don't come and tell me you don't know. If I were to do this job, I'll end up there. You know these things. My dream job is there, but I'd rather do that to stay safe. See, you know what? You'll stay safe there. But you never wanted to try.
Mm.
I think that is my pet peeve with a lot of people. Because I honestly, when I look at people, I see so much potential in people, no matter what you do. I just see potential there. But if you're going to be a dick, or you just don't want to, follow, it pains me that you have so much to give, but you just don't want to do it. And I don't really want to be surrounded by that energy.
So the follow-up to my initial question was, I'm curious to know, what is your relationship like with failure? Because you talked about your journey thus far since 16, being behind the scenes, trying to get into the industry for an entire year. You got kicked away, rejected, go to uni, got caught. So I'm just curious to know, what has your relationship been like with failure?
Failure?
Yeah.
If you fail, you are a failure. There's no way of putting it there. I know everybody goes, oh, failure is your best lesson. You know how they pack
They
it?
sugarcoat it.
Yeah. Don't. It is what it is. When you fail, you're a failure. How do you come out from that? But when you fail, nobody told you cannot try again. You play games. Do you play games? You play comedy games?
Yep.
When you die, do you restart?
Yeah.
Then? Why you ask so much question? Really? It pisses me off. If you fail, people come to me like, I tried it once. But you play game, you die one time, you play 10 times. But you in life, you fail one time, you don't try again. Every day is a trial and error. Every day is a failure. Every day is a succession. I see it, right? And I mean, till today, I get a role. Maybe this scene I failed. What could I have done better? This life. You're never gonna have a perfect shot. You're gonna have a shot if you're gonna take it and do it. If you fail, then you ask yourself, why did I fail? Did I not prepare enough? Did I not really learn my lines properly, or did I not what? And then, you see, you fail in those aspects. And my father told me this: if you plan to fail,
to plan.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's the line. So, how I deal with failure is I restart it like a game. I want to do it. I want to do it. Yeah, I failed. Yeah, but I want to do it. That is it. That's what I keep telling myself. If I can't crack the can open, let's just say this beautiful, if you can hear this, can of beer. If I can't crack it open, does that mean I throw the can away? No. I'll find a plier. I'll find a screwdriver. I'll poke a hole in it because I want to have what is in there. I want it.
Yep.
I bought it.
Yep.
I want it. I can't open it. Shit, the thing came out. What is this thing called? What is that name to this thing?
A tab?
Is that a tab?
Yeah.
Apparently it's a turn and then you put a straw in there and it holds it apparently. But
what?
That's a life hack apparently. Yeah. So you know these tabs?
Yeah.
You turn it the other way, right? So and then this hole is for you to put your straw in there so that it doesn't, because you know when you have Coke and you put a straw in it always bounces out?
Yeah.
So same thing.
Did you read it off BuzzFeed or something?
No, it was one of those memes on
okay.
you know, life hacks on Facebook.
Okay.
Last time, you know, Facebook, old people are on Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, that's how I did failure. You restart it like a game. That's what I like to tell you. Put in the 20-cent coin to be continued.
Why do you think not a lot of people would see it that way? In fact, they might have an adverse reaction to failure. Failure in the very definition of the word. Like they try, yes, some may have tried once and they go away from it, or some may have tried maybe a year or two, but they realize, hey, maybe this is not for me. Why do you think that is?
Because, I mean, hate me for saying this. I'm blunt in sometimes. Because it's the easy way out. It really is. I've been there. My mind saying, stop it lah, move on. Play another game. Right? I'm using a game as an analogy here.
Yep.
So play another game. Maybe you're better at that game. How do you make it work for you? We don't think about that. So for example, recently I dwelled into this game called Valorant.
It's like pop culture CSGO.
I hate the game. I can't play the game.
Yeah.
So what did I do? My friends all play it. I want to play with them. I hate the game, but I want to play with them. So what do? I make it work for me. I start streaming. I be an absolute nut job in the game. You know, I'm making fun of the game. I'm making fun of myself. And people are watching my stream going, oh my God, he's so entertaining. It's nice to watch him lose. It's nice to watch him lose. Think about that for a while. People will always like to watch you lose. But what have I done? I turned my failure into a work of art, made jokes about it. Now I'm entertaining people. You see, it works. It's always worked. There's a way of working things around. If you're going to try something for 1 year, 2 years, well, maybe your big break was in the 3rd year, 4th year. I'll throw back to my job. I hope it relates to your job, whoever's listening. There's been so many actors who've gone for auditions, famous people who've gone for auditions and never got the part, nearly committed suicide, and then now he's Shazam.
Oh, wow.
He was supposed to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt stole the role. He stole the role.
Yeah. Zachary Levi, right?
Yes. He was on the verge of giving up. But now he's Shazam. Because he tried again. You see, there are so many stories like this. So, I guess that's what differentiates us from the different sets of people that we have on Earth.
What has helped you pull through the days when you get rejected for a role, perhaps things aren't going your way, circumstances are against you? What has pulled you through? What thought or mindset has pulled you through those times? Because dark times are always coming.
Yeah.
Rejection is just right around the corner. So what has pulled through?
Let me tell you, it's not right in the corner. It's in your face. Let me tell you the story. It's in your face. I have shared, oh my goodness, this story is the kicker for me because remember I told you my first role was in Tangling?
Mm-hmm.
What did I tell myself? I can act, right? I can act. I can do it. I can do it. And you study the script, you come with your notes, you come with your ideas, you come with this, I have so many things I want to do. And then when you get on set, yeah, okay, I last time I operate camera lah. I know. You come on set, you start shaking like a motherfucker. Your hands are shaking. Your testicles have gone up and become a cancer.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And you're literally standing there dying. Like, am I doing it right? Am I acting? Is this acting? Or do I say the line like how you are saying it? What's going on? And then I was standing behind the monitor where the director looks and the producer was next to him. She was looking at the monitor, the playback. They call it the playback. And I was standing right behind her. She looks at the monitor and she goes, wow, this guy cannot fucking act. And everybody went, she didn't know I was standing behind her. My face was on the floor. My heart shattered in pieces at that very moment. I was hurt badly, like, shit. What if I cannot act? Remember that line? Flash in my head. And then I was like, oh shit, is this the part where I go back to becoming a crew? Literally, you know, when your life dies, your life flashes in your face. That was happening there. What if I cannot act? Shit, yeah, okay, then I have to go back. And she just said that, and then she turns, and then she looks at me. No remorse, yeah? Just looks. And she turns back. I went home, and I cried. Teared away. And I was like, oh shit, someone really thinks I can't do this job. Yeah. So what do? I went into mourning. Why? Because the old Kishan just died. He died. That cocky little bastard who wanted to act. And he died then and there. Rebranded myself, refurbished myself, and I said, every day is a learning journey. You will learn every day. Even if you know how to do the job, you will learn. I don't want you to know how to do the job. I want you to learn how to do the job. Every day, learn how to do the job better. Now, learn. So what do? I lock myself in a room for 2 days. Literally. Because my next filming day was on a Monday or Tuesday.
So over the weekend.
So over the weekend, I locked my mom would come and check me and see whether I'm alive. And I played The Breakfast Club, the movie, over and over again. Because my character in Tangling, my reference that I gave him was from The Breakfast Club. The lead, he was a rebel. And I watched it religiously. And how, why, when, you know, the 5W1H. And then when I came back on Monday, my co-actors came up to me after I did a scene like, how did you do what you just did?
What did they mean?
I just did the scene. I didn't think. I knew what my character needed to do. I knew my lines. I had it down and it was a flawless take.
So it was transformative, like, just over the weekend?
Over the weekend. But it was 48 hours of being in that room and grueling myself and on the verge of course, giving up. And I just kept telling myself, you're going to learn and you're going to do the job. Why? Because you know you can do the job. I've said it when I was young. I said, I can do it. Means I can do it. Like I said, if I wanted to open the can, I will open the can.
Yep.
So that's what I did. I opened my can.
Yep.
That is a
clippable moment.
Not for everybody. So that's what happened, and I will never forget this because I struggled. I was, oh my God, I cannot do this, and then I did it, and then I now can act.
Were you even aware of what you were doing at that point in time?
No, I just knew it was just in me to do it. That's all.
Yeah.
Was I aware what I was doing, self-deprecating or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just knew I had this drive.
Yeah.
I just knew there's this fire here. Yes, somebody said you cannot do it. You know what? I want to do it. Let's just do it. Let's just get in there and let me try again. See failure. Restart the game. So are you gonna play the game the same way you played before when you died? No what? Now you play the game, you're gonna do a different strategy. You're gonna have a different weapon in your arsenal. Yeah. You're gonna have a different uniform, different attributes, that's what happened here. Same thing. I put in my 20-cent coin to be continued, build a new arsenal, got my new weapon, went out there, and I won the game. That's how I did it.
I think even the framework of looking at life in general as a game, I find particularly interesting. I'm curious to know, how did you discover that? Was it through someone speaking to you and a light bulb moment just hit you, or did you just come to that train of thought and that frame of mind like naturally? Because you said you play games, and just one day, 1 + 1, the things just clicked together, and you're like, huh, interesting.
Well, that's what Kishan is known for, lah. Bullshit. So he sits down there and he comes up with all this jack shit, and somehow or other they make sense. I put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I like to call myself a comedian. I think I'm funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. I make fun of situational. I make fun of situational stuff. So in the moment, like you can say something and then, oh shit, that's my setup, and I'll come in with a punchline. So when I was playing a game, I said, well, I mean, this one really like life. Shoot me down, then I come back again. Shoot me down, come back again. Then I realized, hey, life is like that. The other day she told me I still go back. What? Then I said, oh, okay, 2 and 2. That's how I do my things. It just looks like that. I said, okay, there you go. It's easy for people to understand if they ever ask me this question. And I just saw it like that. That's what it just clicks. I had a friend told me this. I thought she was crazy, but she said, "Oh, you're already programmed already. This is what you're going to do in your mind, some alien shit." And I was like, and then I was like, "Huh, you nuts?" And then she's like, "Yeah, I know all this thought process that you have. It's all predetermined." And then sometimes when I sit down and I come up with shit, and then I'll think to myself, "How the heck did I come up with that? Is that alien in my head?"
So it's like just idea parasites gestating in your head. Yeah.
Okay. Where is this coming from?
It's
Why
behind you right now?
Yeah. Who is that? Maybe some fucker is sitting up there with a controller going, Kishan saying this, like the fucking Sims.
Like typing.
Yeah. Who knows? And he's like, who knows? Exclamation mark, who knows? I don't know. It's just there. Where does it come from? Who knows? Maybe I'm crazy, who knows? But
who knows?
You need to be a little crazy to do my job. You need to have the biggest set of balls to do my job. You need to have the thickest of skins to do my job. You need to put judgment aside to do my job. So there's a lot of things I gave up to do my job.
Sacrifices.
A lot. And it pains me a lot when I look back at those sacrifices. Because I could have been an entirely different person. But am I happy and comfortable now? Yes. It's a big yes.
But ultimately, you trudge along. You trudge forward.
Yes, you always move forward. You never go back. You want to go back and do what? See dinosaurs? Yes. Yes, I would love to do that.
They will also love to see you.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, eat me. Cancer, don't want. AIDS, don't want. Coronavirus, don't want. I want a T-Rex to eat my ass. I would love that. Eat me. Death by T-Rex.
Death by T-Rex.
Yeah. Yes. Eat me. That's how I will go out in life. An animal maybe eating me. That's my retirement plan actually. Once I give up. I mean, maybe by 75.
That's like a campaign right there.
Yeah, 75. Yeah, I just did CPF. I just did a CPF campaign and they're like, what's your retirement plan? Once I collect my money eventually every month by the time I die, I'll be a wildlife videographer sitting in Africa filming an animal. While you give me my money painstakingly every month.
I can see which parts are the scripted and unscripted ones.
Yes. CPF. Also translated as take very long to get your money.
So I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
You spoke about briefly that you locked yourself up in that room while you were preparing for the roles. And I believe, and perhaps the process has changed along the years if you have been in the industry for a bit. So I'm just curious to know, how do you prepare for roles? And has that process changed?
No.
Okay.
Ever since I left that room, the process has been the same.
Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so ever since I left that room, I have never changed my process. Yes, I've stolen some traits here and there, but the process is first, build a Spotify playlist of music.
Interesting.
Music shapes my life. Music is a big part of my life. I listen to music from all around the world. Music shapes my energy. I can be so energetic now. You put an Adele on me, I'll be a depressed fuck. You know, that kind of thing. You play Schindler's List for me, I'll literally have depression. So, when I was watching and preparing for that role in Tangling, the Breakfast Club was the big thing. So all the rebel music you're talking about, should I stay or should I go?
It's a coming of age film, yeah?
Yes. And then, I built the playlist and asked myself, so at that time, the character's name was Julius. What would Julius listen to? What's his energy like in this playlist? What songs would he listen to? Would he just screamo stuff? Fuck what Kishan wants to listen to. Kishan wants to listen to music soundtracks all the time, but what would Julius want to listen to? I build that. Now I'm listening to this, and then the energy just gets created, right? I'm in this world now. I'm listening to all this banger music, and I'm like, okay, this is what a rebel feels like. Great. And then I read the script. And then now I'll know how to say those words like a rebel. And then you formulate that. And then you walk out of the room, you try your mum. She hates it. I mean, Julius hated his father, hated his cousin. And then I just channeled that and I was like, I was throwing tantrums at my dad. And,
are they aware that you're trying to portray a character?
In a way, but they thought I was a bit crazy. Because my dad doesn't live with us, divorced parents. But, he would call me and like, yeah, what do you want? He's like, why are you talking to me like that? No, nothing. He hated his father. So I tried that. And I would hear his reaction. And then, of course, once the whole thing, I explained to him what was happening. And he was like, okay, I really thought you were being a dick for no reason. I was like, no. But I wanted to do that. So that's the process. Playlist first, go through the script, find a movie reference, steal some trades, come back, and then go on set as Julius. So a lot of people actually tell me, it's like you're not even acting. Or they would tell me, it's like just Kishan being Kishan on the set. But then when they watch the actual show, you would actually see nuances of me dead and you would see the character come alive. I believe that. I would like to believe that. If other people have seen my acting and they go, I'm shit, please let me know. Actually, don't tell me that. Let me just leave my bubble right now. And I believe that. There's a lot to learn. I've seen great actors. People like Thomas Pang, Andrew Marco. These two guys, extremely underrated. I don't know. Thomas Pang, I don't know where he is in the world right now. And I had the pleasure of working with him. He would come on set an hour early to warm up. He does his exercises and whatnot. When he delivers. He's there. So, you steal some of those things. And then you build. So every character I've done, I have a playlist on my Spotify playlist. Just to build that world. So when I did Chloe 2 years ago, my favorite film today, because it was my first serious role in the industry. Nobody gave me a serious role. This director's like, why don't you try this? But when I read the script, I knew the role was actually written for Thomas Pang. Oh. You can tell. Because, like when I used to do casting for a very small period of time, you can tell who fits in a role and you can tell about a script. So when I read the script, I was like, shit, who will pull this off? Thomas Pang. It's a fantastic role. It's dark. He's this disgruntled journalist who hates his job. Kishan loves his job. He's so energetic. How is he going to kill himself to play this role? And then when I got the part, because I spent another 4 days in the room, and he's a chain smoker, and I don't smoke at this point. I hate smoking. And then I started smoking and living with the smoke in the room. I had an ashtray, and I, made the room dirty, and because he's just this disgruntled journalist in today's world who doesn't like all the articles online. You know how Mothership always like, oh, otters in the park, so cute. He hates these things. He wants factual entertainment. He wants factual lifestyle shit. And he's like, oh no, so this happened, and here's all the facts. And he wants, but so he's dead at his job, and he has this beard. He's looking, he doesn't take care of himself. And I did that to myself after I got the part. I wore his kind of clothes every day. I like my room neat. My room was a mess for 3 months. It smelled. Clothes everywhere. I think one day my mom was so scared that I was suicidal. She cleaned the room. She's like, no, I can't let you. I said, no. And I pulled everything down. I'm going to live like this. Because it annoyed the shit out of me in the morning. I can't even walk out the room. It's so much mess, But that annoyance was brought to set. And it's so funny because everybody on that set worked with me on comedies before. And they would see me like, hey, Kishan! I had no flinch. And after the first day, nobody spoke to me on set. That's how it was. That's how it was for me. So I like dwelling. I want to experiment. That's the job, right? Being somebody you are not.
Yeah.
So make full use of that. And then learn how to be somebody else. And then now I'm studying human traits as a side hobby. Why do people flinch?
When do the micro expressions and stuff like that?
What ticks them off? Some small hand ticks. Sometimes some people nose flare. Some people hear why they walk like that, why they talk like that, why some people stare at you when they drink. These small things. I want to build into my character, so I'm learning. See, every day is a learning. I want to learn. Every experience, and then I went from depressed, disgruntled journalist to a gay salon manager. So that transition.
Wow,
was very far.
Yes.
So I just played. It's called the cutting edge. He's flamboyant. He's coming out like this. Hello. But of course, Singapore, right? So I went in all, hello, hi, how are you? And then, I'm a salon manager. I'm going to do this. And then Mediacorp's like, can we dial down on the gay? Like, let's gay, but gay. I was like, what does that even mean?
What does that mean?
If I feel like my character's going to be gay, he's going to be fucking gay. I want him to be gay.
Flamboyant.
I want him to be because he's the show. He's a narrator. He's a showpiece. He walk in, not like a RuPaul Drag Race kind of thing, but he's there. Then I said, okay, don't fight the system. I know what you mean by let's gay. Let me give you Singaporean gay. So this current character had to build 3 stages of life for him. When he's at home with his best friend, gay as fuck. When he's in the office, he's pulled back because he's got customers. He's slightly in the closet. When he's at an event, he's straight as fuck. Because you can't tell at the event. Because you don't know who these people are. Will they judge you? Will they call you out?
Yep.
So I've seen media people who are actually, you look at them, they're gay. But you don't say these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
You don't go at an event, hey, gay! No, what?
Goodness.
Hey, John, we know.
We know.
Stop it. Someone did that to me at an event.
Oh, God.
He said, we know. Stop it. And I was like, actually, that's funny. Let me write that down. And I wrote that down. I don't take things to heart. I love jokes. I love when people make fun of me. Because I make fun. I will roast you alive. And I've done it. I've done it at parties. People are like, hey, I'll put it in there. I say, you ready? You ready?
He'll bring the fire.
You're so rich, but can you at least look like you live here, please? You really look so ugly. Honestly, my $10 bill looks better than you. You live in a bungalow. I look like I live here. Have some class. And then, and then you roast these people alive. And they love it. So, what's I getting at again? Yes. sorry. So that was, and then, then you build 3 stages and then you just build then I hope people caught the nuances of closet Singaporean gay.
So, going back to the question, I'm fascinated with actors, and the more I look into them, the more I research them as to how they prepare for the roles and how they really embody the role, going through like what you mentioned, like living the lifestyle of this, I won't say like a fantasy character, but if you know enough people, you can see traits of this particular character in the script or in the plot in people that you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to know, where does the role end and Kishan begin? Or does Kishan not exist at all in the role? Because ultimately acting, you as an individual, as Kishan, you have to portray the traits and ideas and the thought process of this character that doesn't quote unquote exist.
Yeah. It depends. I think what my acting coach told me, there are times when you do A grade work, B grade work, C grade work.
Help me to understand what those
C
are.
grade work is when you put in you. That's the personality you are. That's what people love about you.
So that's the base.
The base.
Okay.
You show up and you have a good time. B grade work. Now you're starting to act. Now you're starting to build something. But it's still genuinely you. And then you go into A grade work. You're completely closed off. You are unrecognizable and you're doing the dream work of being somebody else. You're talking about people like, you know who does A work? Daniel Day-Lewis.
What about him?
He's only done 10 films, I think. Only 10 films. And each time, everybody just says, we don't know who we hired, but the actual characters, we don't know where Daniel Day-Lewis is, but the character is on set. So when he did Abraham Lincoln, I think Steven Spielberg said, it was like Abraham Lincoln was in the room.
Wow.
And when I heard that, when he said that, what can I do to achieve that? I want to achieve that. I want somebody to say, shit, there wasn't Keyshot in the room. But I cannot deny that I have quite a show-stopping personality. When I walk into the room, people know lah. A lot of people go, shit, he's here.
In a good way, I hope.
No, in a bad way, because they're like, oh, he's gonna steal the thunder. And I've heard this before. Someone came in to me like, why are you here? You know, you're really gonna steal my vibe. And I was like,
it's a very strange thing to say to someone.
And I was like, I mean, that's your problem, innit?
Yeah,
it means
exactly.
you're not out there. Sorry. I'll just do what you were supposed to do.
But that A grade work, as you mentioned, is something to aspire to. That Kishan disappears and only the character remains.
Yes, I haven't reached there yet, but I would love to reach there someday. But I do like to hone in on my personality. I do like this version of me that is charming and eloquent and rather witty, I think. And quite the people person lah. I would say Kishan's
for the people.
One of the versions. He has many versions. Today's version is serious sit-down podcast Kishan.
Yep.
And then you have the show-stopping Kishan. Then you have the annoying Kishan. You got the child Kishan. You got the mom. That's that Kishan. And then there's many Kishans because that's life. You're always code switching here, there. Yep. Who you really are, what you really are. Don't fucking ask me that question. Yep. That's the job.
So what Kishan appears on your TikToks?
Oh, the mother-fearing, mother-loving dick. Just I'm making fun of my mom 24/7. Now everybody's like, oh, you bully your mom. You're bullying your mom. You gave your mom a pack of condoms. You're so funny. What y'all don't see is my mother does the same thing to me. Okay? Just that it's not filmed. She doesn't film it. She just does it to me. Yeah. She's so sarcastic at home, and I love it. I think most of my humor comes from her.
You probably got it from her, yeah.
And what did she say to me? So when I got my PS5 for the first time, and then I'm setting it up. She's like, "Why?" I said, "What do you mean why? Why do this to yourself? My son's a loser. You always lose at every game you play. Save lah, like at least save electricity lah. Try to win it." And she's like, "Try to win at that." And I was like, I wish this was filmed, and I'm dying in the inside, you know. And this is how we speak to each other. So like my mom was looking at the fish tank, and then she's like, I think this fish is pregnant. I look at her, why she told you? She texts you, is it? She told you, oh, look at my baby, but my water broke. Oh, the fish broke. You can speak fish now. And then she's like, you're an asshole, okay? And you don't speak to your mom like that, but that's funny. Like, yeah, so this is what it is. And then my mom would come home, and then she see my friends in the house. It's 5:30. Mom is very thirsty. And I was like, okay. Then your friends drink? I was like, no, they don't drink. Why are they still here? That's my mom. She's sassy, she's sarcastic, but she means well. Yeah. And that's not filmed. But I'm filming my TikToks because I'm getting back at her. Yeah. And I'm just making views out of it. And I'm like, you know what? I was just about to say you gave birth to me, and now it's my turn to. Actually, I owe her everything.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it's my turn, bitch, but it's more like I owe you everything. Yeah, and that's how much I love her. That's how close we are. We're friends. You know, I had enough of people calling her my wife, my girlfriend. That's why I keep telling my mom, please, our neighbor wears an auntie nightie. She's younger than you, but can you please look like a mum? Because you're honestly ruining my vibe. The minister came down and was like, oh, you must be Mrs. Kishan. I was like, fucking bastard, you. Do I fucking look 57?
Was it an honest mistake?
I don't know, because he met me first at the door, and then my mother was like, hi, and then she's like, oh, you must be Mrs. Kishan. And I was like, what do you mean you must be? What the heck? She is 57, and I'm saying, Mom, I know you hate this, but you are 57. Is Singapore 57, right? Singapore, yeah, she's the same in Singapore. So I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, so all this is payback.
So you've been in the industry and the business for quite some time.
5 years.
Yes, a little bit over half a decade, really. I'm curious to know, what do you unconsciously notice when you look at others performing, acting, hosting, and what do you pick up? Like over the years, like what do you notice?
I feel, as I notice about how other actors do their thing. Or?
Yeah, because you know how the sausage is made. You go through the embodiment of the characters. You look at the script. You were behind the scenes, and you know how that process. So I am certain that as a creative, you will unconsciously pick up different things, or maybe someone did something. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what do you unconsciously have picked up in your toolkit?
I like how you brought up, you know how the sausage is made. You see, now I've come up with something. I've come up with a brand new bullshit for you.
Yeah, I just tossed that up for you to dunk, actually.
Yeah. Well done. You see, now I have... Yes, I know how the sausage is made, but not every sausage tastes the same.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
You know, the donut from this store has rainbow sprinkles on it. But how come the donut... And there's also got rainbow sprinkles, but it doesn't taste as good? How come the one over there tastes so good? Better than yours. Food, right? That's the best analogy. Every stall can make chicken rice, but how come you keep going to that famous one? How can you keep going? You tell me that's the famous one, but then you go all the way to UT and then you want to have that one. You see, that's the thing about the same thing with creatives. There are many artists. Why do you like his painting over his painting? Why does he think his painting is lousier than his painting? It's always like that.
It's all subjective.
All subjective. And as a food owner, maybe, you know, what do you want to do? What would you do? You go, I want to try your chicken rice and I want to know why it works. So you watch and you see and you learn. Okay, that works for you. That doesn't work for me. I like my chicken rice without cucumber. I hate cucumber, by the way. It's a fact. I think it's smelly and yuck. But he likes cucumber, and he's making it work. Maybe I can try cucumber for once.
Have you?
No.
Okay.
Hate it.
Okay. But that's the analogy.
Yes, analogy.
Yep.
You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah?
Yep.
So that is it. So, you know, you take traits. Oh, he served it in a silver platter. Oh, maybe I try gold. Maybe I up you lah. Maybe I try titanium. Let's see. That's the beauty about creatives, right? It's see for creatives, see for competition.
Yep.
That constant competition.
Yep.
But see is also collaboration. Right? And then don't fight him. Work with him. Now he's your co-star. Let's just say he's your co-star. He has a different way of attacking. How do you deal with that? How do you partner up? How do you make it work? He needs to stick to the lines. I hate sticking to the lines. How did that work? He can't catch his cue if I don't stick to my lines. How do you make that work? Okay, I'll stick to none of my lines. I'll do 3/4 none of them. And then for the last word, I'll say it for you, following the script, so that you can catch it and then you bump into the line. It's a dance.
Yep.
There's no fight here.
Yep.
There's competition. Of course, it's a daily competition. Why? You have to audition.
Yep.
You could be fit for the role. 10 people auditioning. It's a fight.
Yeah. 10 people could be fit for the role. Yeah.
What makes you stand out? Yes, maybe you did a better audition. Shit, you're more expensive. Let's go with the second best one.
Yep.
There's so many factors.
Variables, yeah.
Oh, that's a very soft burp. That was
Yeah,
terrible.
I was expecting louder actually.
Yeah, never mind. That's just one soft one for you. But you know, that it is what it is. You know, you have a price. You say things. You nego. You want the role. You don't want the role. But that's life of a creative here.
So it's kind of like a balance between being very precious with it, but at the same time being not as precious with it because you cannot get the role after all.
It's a give and take. So when you watch other people work, you take your notes, right? You watch Meryl Streep work. Who doesn't want to act like Meryl Streep? I want to act like that woman. I want to act like Viola Davis. And I'm always naming female actresses. I think female actresses are the key to acting. The way they build emotion, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they transform. Men are so caught up in our head and our ego and our branding and our personality. We always want to be, you know, the star of the show. And then, so nowadays we have a lot of personality actors, like Chris Pratt, personality actor. I've not really seen him. Wonderful, right? I mean, I would love to be in like Chris Pratt's role. You know, he's a mega superstar now, but he's being Chris Pratt in most of the movies. The Rock. Is The Rock.
Personality actors, interesting.
They're them. The Rock is The Rock. The Rock, please lah. The Rock is The Rock.
Yeah.
He loves action adventure movies because that's
Yeah.
what he's good at.
Yeah.
Have you seen him do anything else? Not yet, maybe. He's going to play the villain in Black Adam. That'd be cool to watch.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
You see? But it's still The Rock.
But it's probably The Rock in Black Adam.
Yes. But you see, he's our top. He's our top actor here. Big star. So what is there to learn from him? His dedication, his discipline, his version of the craft. How is he making his personality work for him? You see, there's always something to learn. Then sit down here and go, how come you do that? I do the same thing. I cannot be there. Don't waste time on all that. You sit, you learn. That's why I keep saying, every day you're learning.
It's a learning journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't fight with these people. You learn. Oh, you did that. Okay. Let me see how I can adapt that and then make it work for me. So now I show up like as Kishan. You know, then you build that, then you build this branding, and then you be one Kishan. Why is that so? Because you build it, you learn. So it's a learning journey. It's a dance between people. It's that tango of you're gonna swirl that way. Okay, I'm gonna swirl this way. We're gonna meet in the center.
Yeah. Even though you might not have planned that, but because he led with that, you have to adapt and flow together.
Yes.
Because everything we've said so far, yes, you going to the room, embodying the Spotify base, that's all individual. But ultimately, you're acting. It's a crew. You have cast. You have to play off each other. All the timing. If he forget the script, he forget the line, then you have to do something.
How did you come in there? And then you have your playground because the cameraman tells you, okay, this is your angle. You're gonna play in there. And then what can you do in here? And then you work with the art department. Okay, I have some props. I can do that. And then you got a script. I can say this. And then you got a lighting guy. Okay, if I move this way, I'll catch the lighting this way. Therefore, my face will be illuminated on screen. But then when I talk to you, I gotta turn this way because camera favoring you. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. That's the dance. It's a beautiful song. That's why I love songs.
Going back to what you said about having a music playlist, I'm curious to know what is the special appeal or the traits that music have that has such a core position when you are preparing for a role. In a sense, it seems like though music has a very special, almost ritualistic place in your heart when you're preparing for your roles and stuff like that. What is that trait? Are you able to quantify it?
I know the trauma behind it. Wouldn't say quantify it, but I'd say maybe trauma is quite a big word, but it is the trauma of it, of being suppressed. The trauma of being suppressed from being who you actually are. And unfortunately, I blame my parents for this. So when I was younger, I was very energetic, extremely energetic. And I think I saw like a therapist or some shit like that because my parents made me go and do it. My mom's an educator. She deals with special needs kids. So she knows these kind of traits, right? I mean, wonderful woman, great at the craft. She saw something in her kid and she said, you know what? I need to control this. And the way to control me at that time was to, every morning, once I'm ready to school, I would spend at least 30 minutes sitting down with headphones in my ear, listening to Beethoven to calm me the fuck down.
Interesting.
So they would play classical music to calm me down. And I would walk out of the house. Calm. Where did the energy go? Why did this piece of music calm me down? So ever since then, I've been listening to music to rule my energy. Like you hear that now. I hope you can hear that. You see that rumbling? I'm getting fired up because it's a great beat, you know. There's and I'm getting energetic by that. See, all these things around you it builds your emotion.
It's like sensory.
Yeah. So Beethoven, classical music, calm me down. So now if I listen to Beethoven and I had this chat with you, I think I'd be even calmer. I'd be like, hi, how are you? Yeah, we can talk like that. Sometimes I go to an event and I play fucking rock and roll because, you know, I want that energy.
You jazz yourself up, yeah.
Bam, I want to walk into that event. And then I walk out going, okay, let's play some Adele. Let's wind down. I love Adele. So that's, I think, and I would bet my money that was when it started. Because of what they did to me. With the headphones and the music. So now I need music to build my energy. You know? Maybe if I listen to some Louis Primer or Dean Martin on the way here, or even crazier, you know, more energetic, and, you know, loud. And it depends. It really depends on the mood and the vibes. But I really think that trauma of toning me down was the key factor to why I need music in my daily life. But I also heard another side of the story, which was, oh, Kishan's always having music on because he's afraid of his own thoughts. You know, so it's like, yeah, because like I told you, you know, it's constant in here. It's constant in the mind. Something's telling me to say these things. Something is telling me to say this joke. Something is telling me, you know, actually, if you say this now, it's funny.
That's the inner self, yeah.
Yeah, you're psychoanalyzing people. You know, I'm observing everything. And it's just constant with, once I play music, I get lost in the music. I'm not here anymore. I disappear.
Yeah.
Which is a good escape for me. I'm not worried about my thoughts. Yes, sometimes it goes to a dark place.
Yep.
I'm not worried about it. It just drains me to be in there. So when I need to turn it on, then I turn it on. And I know what kind of music to play to mile that. Like lo-fi beats, you know. And then it miles, but I can concentrate on the thoughts. Yeah. Music.
It's almost like a form of meditation because that is kind of like the goal, like to get out of the physical encasement, which is the body.
Yes.
Yeah, because the body has the mind has amalgamation of thoughts, voices and everything. And that's really the point of meditation. It sounds as though, as I say, it is almost ritualistic. If you're preparing for something, you're preparing to go out, you want a certain, it's like a cause and effect thing. You want to wind down, you listen to a particular thing. You want to, perhaps you are going to a party, as you mentioned, you listen to a certain thing.
Exactly that. You know, when I do shows, if I'm coming out on stage, I would love to be more on stage, actually. It's a dream of mine. Next year onwards, I would love to be on stage. But the 1-2 times that I was on stage, or 1-2 times when I'm going to do the scene, I listen to like fanfare. Like, you know, this classic Johnny Carson Tonight Show fanfare with
interesting.
The trumpets. I love Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
And then he walks out. Oh my god, my phone's flaring up. Okay, no mind later. And then you walk out, the trumpet, and he like, yes, showtime. And you walk out. And I'll say my own introduction in my head. Ladies and gentlemen, Kishan, and I'll walk out. And then the whole drama comes in. And then I perform. Same thing when I do in life, I guess. But this is what I like, lah.
How do you contextualize the role as a host and as an actor? Do you see them as separate? Or are they one and the same? Or do you just play a different character as a host? Because you mentioned initially, right from the very beginning, like you're a host, you're an actor, and sheepishly, you're a comedian. So these are three, at least to me, because I don't know how the sausage is made. So I only view the final content. Yeah. So I'm just curious to know, do you categorize these three different roles in their own separate categories? Meaning, as a comedian, there are certain traits, there are certain personalities that you embody.
I think in my case, life's an act. It's a constant act. You know, you do whatever you're doing. I'm just acting. My true friends know who I truly am. My family knows who I truly am. They've seen it. They've seen the version of Kishan that actually nobody in my public life will get to see.
That's important.
Yeah. And that's what I hold dear to my life. You know, already life is so public. So whatever I can keep private, I keep private. Of course, if my private parts got leaked online,
You just had to go there, right?
Yeah.
Because of private, you really just had to go there.
So if my private parts ever got leaked online,
Rated?
I would just say, did you enjoy them? I mean, you're never going to get them. Thank you for enjoying the view. Maybe I'll start an OnlyFans page
Yeah.
after this.
Monetize it.
Yeah. So whoever leaked it out, fuck you. But you just opened up a whole different ball game for me. Porn is a great moneymaker here. So thank you for that. But I would say, did you enjoy it? Of course, if you're planning to put out my shit, please don't. But if you're going to do it, just know I will thank you in my speech as well. But Lives and Act. When I host Lives and Act, because you see, when you host, who are you really? Exactly. What is your actual voice? What do you sound like? What I'm talking today, what you're recording today, is how I actually sound. This is me talking to you because I'm comfortable enough with you to give you me. When I'm on stage, you're hosting, like I hosted Chinge. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our Prime Minister of Singapore, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong.
There's a difference.
I don't speak like that. But why do you do it? Because there's a sense of formality there. There's a sense of respect for him. There's a sense of respect for the venue. There's
for the event, even.
Yeah, and then people are like, but this is your true voice. Yeah, my true voice, I'm not very articulate. I mumble here and there. I squeeze my words sometimes. But when I go into that version of Kishan, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear the words. And that's very important for these events.
Yep.
And then you're hosting rather funnier events, maybe
the more casual, yeah.
Then I'm talking like that, like, hey, brother. Hey, fuck you, sitting there in the corner there, right? Come here, don't talk so much. Hey, hi, welcome to the event.
Yep.
Everybody's gonna get roasted tonight. Is that Paul Foster? Here's a bunch of plastic, pick it up. That kind of thing. Poor Paul. Yeah. Every time I see plastic, I think of him. Yeah. Not because he's plastic, but it's just plastic. But yeah. Poor Paul. But yeah, so you bring it out, you change it up, and you work it out. So Lives and Act. Normal people act. People who are not actors also act.
Unconsciously,
yeah. It's called code switching.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Your friend go overseas 4 months, suddenly come back Australian accent. Hello. Acting. Impersonation.
Yep.
She's trying to fit in.
Yep.
So what do you do when you fit in? You build this character for yourself. You're acting. You meet the auntie you don't like at a wedding or whatever. You're going to change it up and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm getting married. I'm not gay. I've seen that happen. I'm like, why are you doing that? Just be you. And then when I say that, I'm like, be you. And then I think to myself, the pot is calling the kettle black. I can never tell somebody to be you because I'm not me. I'm always trying to be somebody else. I'm trying to, be the living son that I am to my mom. And then I gotta go, everybody has this conception that, oh, he is funny all the time. He's going to say some shit. He is fucking annoying. I've got that before. Yes, I am.
At times.
I'm a bitch also. I'm a crude, cussing, sarcastic, eloquent bitch.
Eloquent, yeah.
Eloquent bitch is the word. Yeah, hate me or love me. Kick me, kite me. Do what you want with me. They don't really care about us. It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah. Actually.
That's a brilliant segue, by the way. Right?
I wrote that actually in an essay once. And then the remarks was like, please don't write me Michael Jackson remarks. I was like, shit. So they don't really care. Nobody cares about what you are. It's how you are in the moment.
That's a very interesting take on the question, because the idea of being yourself, it's kind of like thrown around as a platitude, like being yourself. You should just be yourself. Really, the whole phrase of just being yourself. But really, I think the essence of the question, being yourself, who is yourself, is kind of like one of the top 3 questions that people encounter in life. Yeah.
You see, it's not what you are, it's how you are. Who you with? What is the scenario? People will like you. People will hate you. It's up to them. You can't control shit. But as much as, I make fun of people or I say something stupid, here's what happens. I'll do my very best not to cross the line. I owe that to you. I don't mess with your feelings. You you can test my patience, but you can never test my passion. That is a line that I live by. And how does that bring back to what I'm saying? My tolerance for, stupid things or whatever is really very big. I can tolerate because I do a lot of stupid things as well. But would I hurt your feelings? Never. I'm nice. I will be nice to you. You deserve that. You will deserve, no matter who you are, you deserve my 100% niceties, and I'll be nice to you. Cross that 100%. I wouldn't say anything to you. I'll just cut you out of my life. We don't even need to get into a fist fight. I hate, using my hands. I've never used my hands. I've never punched anybody in my life. I punch myself, but I've never punched anybody in my life, and I don't want to do that. So I just move away. That's what I do. So it's how you are in a scenario. If you want to be a dick that day, you have every 100% the right to be a dick. But the rest of us have the 100% right to tell you're a dick.
Yep.
It's how you want to be in the situation, how you want to be there, and then acting again.
How so?
How you want to be here versus how you were there at the event.
Okay.
Have you seen Friends? Have you not? I'm sure you've seen Friends when they're with you, and then when they're at an event, they're totally different.
Exactly.
Acting. I just say acting. I said, hey, that's a good role. Bitch. Is that what you're going for? That's how I would say it.
Yeah.
I said, wow, today, you look like a 90s slut lah, with the leopard pants and all that. Nice. And then you look at the guy and you go, great suit, purple shoes. Great suit, man. I mean, you look better from up here. Then people are like, Kishan, honestly, you're not even in my view. Fuck up. And, I love these moments.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, how are you? And then we become good friends.
Yep.
I like that. Of course, I've stepped on toes.
Yep.
Of course, I've said jokes and people hate me for it. Of course, I've offended people. Of course, I've said things and hurt people. Yes, I have. I will never deny that. All I can do is offer my apology and my right hand to be more sensitive towards you. If you take my hand, I will build a better friendship with you. If you don't take my hand, I understand. We move on. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? 1 can is bad. Buy another 9 cans.
That's true. Yeah.
Just because one person hates you, the world doesn't stop. You die today, the world will carry on.
The world will carry on.
Nobody cares. That's what I say. That's what I live by. Yeah.
So there's a certain sense of nihilism there. But ultimately, you move forward.
You always move forward. You never go behind. Why go behind? Is there something to learn from there? Yes. Your past is never in the back. It's with you. It shapes you.
Technically, it's the present.
Yeah. It has shaped you. It's shaping you. Your past, I don't know why they call it the past, because whatever has happened is still living with you. It's
Maybe on loop.
It's living through you.
Yep.
That childhood trauma, that childhood happiness, the beautiful moments, the bad moments, it's all with you. It's a memory. It's there. It will shape your life. You had a good memory about something, you're going to go back to it. You have a bad memory, you're going to have trauma. That's life.
It's one and the same, actually.
One and the same. That's why people, and as cliche as this sounds, live in the now. It's a very true statement. Live in the now. I've seen a lot of quote posters, all bullshit.
This is very inspiring.
Yeah. A lot of bullshit.
So in talking about your creative process, I've spoken to a lot of creatives on the podcast, from artists to musicians, and there's always like a segmenting of personal ideations and content and the commercial aspect of the craft. So I'm curious to know, from your perspective as an actor, host, and even comedian, is there a segregation between the personal content that you put out yourself and the commercial content, be it for like a brand, for like an ad, or for even hosting? Is there a difference?
How I work is what Tina Turner said in a song beautifully wrote called "What You See Is What You Get," and I live by that. What do you see is what you get. You find Kishan annoying, he's gonna be annoying. Is he funny? He's gonna be funny. He's not so funny, he's not gonna be not so funny. He loves his mom, he loves his mom. Every day is a new day. I'm gonna live like that. But whereas when it comes to the social media world, you are defined by your branding. That is it. You are defined by your branding. So what are you known for? So there are a lot of artists or creatives, they find their own niche. So fitness influencer, his entire page, fitness. Because that's what gets the audience, right?
Yep.
They want to see you, fitness guy.
Yeah.
Who are you? Don't know. And then you meet them, you're like, oh my god, you actually got all these you don't want to put online. It's so fun. No, only people only like my fitness stuff. Then you got beauty influencer. Always beauty,
Yep.
makeup. You meet that in person. Fucking hell, you're really not like your social media account. You're so cool. I like you. For me, I don't give a shit. Today, I want to post fitness. I post fitness. Tomorrow, I want to show me having laksa. I will show you laksa. Because that's life for me. This is my social media account. This is my branding. I'm the personality here. You're in my shoes. You're living in my world. If you're going to come and follow me, I will just take you through my daily life. If I don't feel like posting anything today, because I don't. There's a downside to that. Not everybody's going to like your personality. That means not a lot of people are going to follow you. When not a lot of people follow you, you don't get a big enough paycheck.
That is sad.
That's how it works. Numbers rule your life. When you were born, your IC number is given to you already. You think that the government knows your name? They know you as S9 something.
That is true.
Okay?
Yep.
Call you. What's your number? You see, it's always that question. What's your number? So, same thing here. The beautiful thing about being a niche influencer, you do all this fitness, right? You're hiding behind that. Where's your personality in that? You're just always showing you're buff. I'm wearing fitness. Yep. And then everybody follows you for that. You got like 60, 100,000 people following you for this shit. Because
it's curated.
I want to be motivated by. So who's your crowd? So what I've built for myself is, and I say this because I love the people that follow me. They engage with me so well.
Do they roast you?
Yes. And then they say some funny shit. And then they're so engaging in my community because all of them, I know for a fact, are following me for me. And I love that because it lets me be me. It's my outlet.
There's a certain authenticity with that. Yeah.
So how I make my money? By being me. I have made it very clear that my following is small in this industry, but that's not why people hire me. They hire me because they know they're going to get the best work done out of me at anything they hire me for. A lot of times I've given up jobs because I know I cannot deliver, because I don't want to deliver you. I've said no to big paying jobs because they want it like in a few days. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have the bandwidth. No, but you can just do it like a selfie. We're good with that. I don't do that kind of work. Sometimes. Unless the selfie come out really good.
Yeah.
Then I would post a selfie any day.
Yeah.
But if I know that I have the potential to get a crew down and shoot something beautiful for you, I'll take it up. There's no point in doing work that I don't give you what you want, which is the views.
But it's always a balance, isn't it? Like you have to pay your bills, you have to get income, and you also have to balance this creative itch inside you to constantly want to push the bar of what you can do and even what your peers can do, and to push your own artistic merit. So right off the bat, you have 4 different voices to juggle, and I don't know how.
Can be done. Can be done. Yes, you cannot say yes to everything lah. I mean, if a client comes to you like, can you take my toilet paper and wipe your ass and then post it up online? But I give you 10,000. Now then you think about it lah. Do you want to show your ass online? 10,000. Show my asshole.
One picture?
One big selfie.
Maybe story?
Selfie with my asshole. One nice selfie with my big black asshole here. You know, it depends. You weigh the option. But you know, the biggest question you ask yourself is, am I comfortable and contented where I am to make these decisions right now? What is hard for me right now? Do I need the money? Do I need to do that? If I do that, would it cost me more money later? Because I did this job, I took a big paying, but then because I did this job, What about my other clients? Now they're not going to hire me because I did that. Or maybe they're going to hire me because I did that. See, constant battle. It's never one way. It's always 2 to 3 ways. There's so many ways to think about anything you do. The consequence is always there. The repercussions of saying yes or no to a job, taking the money, taking it for low. What are you worth? You will never know. I've got people come up to me, Kishan, you're very cheap. Literally, clients have told me, that wasn't what we were expecting you to charge. We were ready to give you this amount of money. I said, then why the fuck you didn't tell me that you want to give me this amount of money? Because I thought this works for me. And with this amount of money, you're already negoing like a motherfucker and bringing it down so much. How the fuck do I know that you had this amount of money? Clients, if you're listening to this, I love you, but I also hate you very much. I don't understand.
Yeah. It's the weird part of at least from what I've noticed, like
being
in the
a self-employed freelancer, that's the problem. I don't get it, sometimes. What am I worth? What is my price? What job should I take? Where's my branding? And then you look at big influencers who, let's not name names, but I've seen them, and you've never seen them do the jobs of other influencers. They've always posting pretty pictures and they're beautiful on them, And how come he don't do any branded content? How come she don't do any branded content? Wow, very curated, but 200,000 followers. What's making you tick? How are you getting your money? And then, of course, they got side jobs, right? Just because they're on Instagram doesn't mean they're not a musician or actor or celebrity or, finance or whatever. Influencing could be a side job.
Definitely.
But they made it bigger. And then one day you see their same page. How come suddenly you're holding up the facial product next to your face? How come the next post now you're holding the products? What's happening here? Is times tough? Are you doing it for the money now? What's happening there? Who are we to say, right? You see, it's always a give and take. What do you need to do most right now? Do that. But don't forget to have a plan for the rest of your life. Have my mother always say, what's your 5-year plan? I say, I give you 3 years lah. 5 a bit far. I give you 3. And I have a plan. There are things that I want to do. There are things that are coming forward. But be spontaneous about it, because as much as you make a plan, tomorrow an email might come in.
Exactly. You never know.
And then you would have to make the hard choice. Oh shit, I gotta fuck that plan. But that plan has been put into motion for 3 years. But then, hey shit, if I reply to this now, if I get it, that's 6 years later.
It goes back to the balancing, isn't it?
You see? You never know. That's life. But put your best foot forward. It's always forward. And then always put the best foot forward to learn.
So I want to talk about social media and I guess technology. To start off, I'm curious to know what scares you and excites you about social media and the rate at which technology is leapfrogging year to year, changing of platforms, 2 to 3 year cycle. What scares and excites you?
What scares me was the year I was born in.
What about that?
The 90s kids. Are you 90s kid?
I believe so. I check my IC later. I'll tell you.
Right. Then tell government after.
They know.
They know. I'm sure they're listening now. But the 90s kids are what I call the transitioners. That's the movie I like to give them. We're the transitioners. We've seen it change. What have we seen change? Dial-up, analog to digital. Dial-up connection to Wi-Fi. Broadcast media, YouTube, now TikTok. We are always caught. Sorry, excuse me, it's mouth watering for the beer.
So passionate.
As much as I'm talking to you, it's in my eye line of sight. It's like, it's some of that. We're always transitioning. We are never catching up. We are always trying to adapt to it. Look at the people that were born during the broadcast era of TV. Look at their level of celebrity. Just think about that for a while. The level of celebrity when in broadcast TV.
It doesn't hold a candle to whatever it is now.
If you met your local celebrity in person during the broadcast era when there's no social media, you freaked the fuck out. I freaked the fuck out when I saw Gurmit sing for the first time my idol, my absolute inspiration. And I made a fool out of myself in many months. I was so drunk at and I was a heckler at his stand-up show.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he told me to shut up. And I was like, did I make a bad impression? I hope I work with him. But I love him. Yeah. So I saw him in a fanboy. I hid behind a tree to look at him. Even today, I mean, even in the world of social media, when I met him, the lift opened and I said, hey. And he said, hey. He hurried back at me and he's like, I was like, hello, sir. He's like, what, sir? And I was like, can I shake your hand? He's like, my hands are full. You want to shake my elbow? So I shook his elbow and I thought that was hilarious. Right? So at that time, when you saw him at the market, you freak out. You would go up to him. You want to say hi to him. You want to talk to him. Like, how are you? How was your day? What do you do? And then YouTube came about, right? Instagram, YouTube came about, and the level of celebrity changed.
Yeah.
Content changed.
Yep.
In my career, my main focus was broadcast media.
Traditional broadcast media, right?
I want to be on, everybody can't, nobody watch local TV lah. I was like, yeah, so what? I want to act what? Where else can I go and act? Everybody say, won't make it lah, media corp lah, what you're going to do? Then we all don't watch. Okay. Where else am I going to go?
Exactly.
To act.
Yep.
So, don't watch lah. I want to act.
Yep.
Go and join the only broadcaster in Singapore lah.
Yep.
And act. I acted.
Yep.
I live in the dream. Love it. Do that, right? And then broadcast. Suddenly, I got scouted by a YouTube channel, which I'm a part of, and I'm so grateful that I'm a part of. They're like a family to me. Wow, banana. I was at a shoot. I didn't know I was acting with the boss, the lady boss, Lingy, wonderful woman. She's like, we actually wanted the other guy. He doesn't want to take the job, but we think you're better. You want to take? I said, who the fuck are y'all? You know, same thing my mentor said to me. I said to them, I don't know. You see, like I told you, we are transitioners.
Yep.
Broadcast media was the first thing.
Yep.
You know, playing games on a floppy disk was the first thing for me. Sega, and then you transition, and then we transition again, and then YouTube.
Yep.
What is YouTube?
Yep.
Million subscribers. What's that?
Yep.
I don't understand. So what do you mean? I can just put something online now?
And people will watch.
And will watch it. And you're telling me you get 100,000 of views when MediaCorp goes, I'm good with 10K. And that pains me because it's good work being done sometimes on MediaCorp. But then, on YouTube, you do some fuck all funny shit. And then that went 1 million views.
Yeah. I think when YouTube came about and Twitter and even Facebook, when the concept of sharing content came about, I think the idea of virality really got put into the minds of people, and even people growing up. Correct. I think it first started with memes.
Yes.
But then when YouTube came about,
Yeah. So, that transition period. Now, you see, when you transition, what's happening here? You're also growing older, yeah?
Yep.
So, when the period of YouTube was first launched, all the kids that were finally getting their hands on a smartphone and all that, they were younger.
They jumped on it. And they will become bigger and they ride that wave. Yep.
They were born with it. And when you're born with something, you're going to excel in it. I'm transitioning. Like Chinese come out. Suddenly China is talk like this, the whole podcast talk like this. You understand me now?
You're going to bite your tongue.
And then I was like, ooh, what is this? Okay, now I have to do that. And then, then you have to build a social standing and Instagram. Okay. But the people who were born with it just started with it. They knew what was going on.
Yep.
They knew that I knew I was going to do this and do that. Of course, people my age are big influencers also. But I was lost.
But you kind of have to learn to play the game when you're in your 20s, going maybe 30s, while someone, let's say 15 to 16, that's the culture. Imagine growing up with, TikTok now. That's different.
Yeah. No, exactly that. You were trying to catch up to broadcast media.
Yep.
YouTube comes out, now you're struggling to catch up there. You haven't even finished broadcast yet. Now you're struggling to catch up to YouTube. You finally caught up to YouTube. TikTok comes in.
Yep.
Now you're like, fuck that, now I gotta catch up to this.
Yep.
As much as you're catching up to this, what's happened here? Generations have passed, age gap has passed. So now all these younger people are coming out with their own lingos and their own thing. And then you old fucks, us,
Exactly.
trying to catch up and live it there. There are older people who are doing it so well. I just, maybe it's an excuse for myself that I'm not putting in extra work, but I'm struggling to catch up. What is the current trend? What is the lingo? Okay, y'all go and do that. I'm going to continue to do my commercial that's going to make me big bucks and I sit at home. But that's not enough, you see.
Yeah.
You go and do all this. You go and do all these commercials and all this. Your social standing drops because you're spending more time at work. You're not building your own content. Somebody else is building their content and getting fucking millions of views overnight. Now, my clients,
they'll look at that.
They'll be like, hey, Kishan is great. Let's go to this guy. What now? So what happens there? So it's a constant fight to be creative and it's a constant fight to be alive, but I love it.
Does that excite you as well?
Yes. It thrills me. It scares me. It annoys me, but I want to do it. Like I said, you do it. You move forward and you do it. You learn, you move forward, you do it. Yes, I'm jealous of people who have more followers than me. I'm jealous that, I do the same trend, your TikTok, more views than me. I'm jealous. I call my friends up, right? Good friend of mine, President Lim, I call her up and I ask her, how come he do this shitty content then he's so famous now, not me? And then you have a lot of other people also backing you up and telling you, actually, Kishan, we really know your name. You're a household name. We know who you are.
Wow.
Do we follow you on Instagram? No, we don't, because you're annoying. But we know you. Give and take. You can't love everything. You can't like everything. Life shit.
But it's also okay. So we talked about the fact that there is traditional media companies and broadcasting companies, and now there is new media, which is like Wow Banana, I think like ASGAG. What do you think is the difference between the two? And do you foresee that there will be a new type of company moving forward as well? Because technology kind of changes on cycles.
I feel technology just adapts.
Mm-hmm.
We've never really changed a cycle. Or we've never come up with something so fucking new. What's new? What? Think about it in the most simplest of forms. What is Instagram to you? It's an electronic photo album.
Yep.
We had physical photo albums that we brought
to people and to people. Share, yeah.
Look at my trip to Thailand. That's Instagram.
Analog Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
What big deal? It's the same thing. So life is catching up in a circle. It's an endless loop of adaptation. We went from broadcast media to get in there. It was so difficult. You had to have the X factor. You had to be scouted. You have to have. I'm on a podcast. Don't call me now. Excuse me. I'm on a podcast right now. You're calling me. I didn't tell you I'll call you. I said once I'm finished at the podcast, I'll call you. You are live right now on the podcast, by the way. Say that again. This is my drinking buddy, Leonard. He's on. You are literally on the podcast right now. You're disturbing me. Anything else you want to say? I'll call you back in 10 minutes, cannot?
I guess you could if you wanted to.
I will. I really want to do drinks tonight. I need to. Yeah, you hang in there. I'm having a great conversation. You're disturbing me, but I'll catch up with you later.
Take care, podcast.
Bye. Okay. There you go. What was I talking about?
Do you want to take the conversation first?
No, I put him down for you. This is more important.
You should have done the pinky thing you were saying.
Oh, the toilet.
Exactly.
So 10 minutes. I'll go. I'm still holding it. It's a great So, what are we talking about?
Broadcast media is very difficult to get in.
Yes. Wait, I'm parched. Cheers. Nick said he would be here. Like,
here?
Yeah.
He's always late, so.
Lied to me.
Yeah.
No, he's not coming. So, life is always trying to catch up. So, broadcast media, everybody tried to get in there because I want to be an actor. I want to do that. No, you really needed to know somebody in there.
Exactly.
You really needed that one audition. It's like the big break. It was huge.
Up to recently as well, like maybe 2010s. Exactly.
And then you see how life has come back. And then, all these people who tried acting and they couldn't make it, right? Suddenly YouTube was launched. What if all these people, what happened to all these people who couldn't act properly or just was never given the opportunity to shine, now have a platform to shine?
Yep.
And they've done so well. They're garnering the views. Broadcast media is dropping by the fucking mountains, right? YouTube is climbing.
Yep.
So what did broadcast media do? They hired YouTubers to come and act. Or to come and be in broadcasts.
Yep.
You see what's happening here? Stealing from there. You never gave me a platform. Now I need your platform.
Yep.
Where's their TV shows going? A lot of them are on YouTube also. Because that's what's happening there. Here's when it comes back full circle. What did broadcast learn from YouTube? Everything needs to go online. So what came out right after that? Netflix. Disney Plus.
Yes.
Prime.
Streaming.
These are all, in my eyes, online broadcasters.
Yep.
With endless amounts of TV shows, right?
It kind of obliterated the local content because why would you? Because everything is attention. Ultimately, the currency is attention.
Yeah.
And why would you pay an hour of attention to watch something local when you can watch Marvel, Avengers, Disney?
At any fucking time you want.
Yep.
Give you your time back. That's what they did. So they went full circle, you see. Broadcast, now it's online. What happened after that? YouTube's still in the game, huh? Then, now, attention span, even faster. TikTok, 15 seconds. How's that working out for you? Say something, say a joke in 15 seconds. What the hell? What happened to...
You can't even get to the punchline.
What about setting it up?
Yeah.
Where's all that? Then you see adaptation of life. Now comedians are adapting to 15 seconds. How do we say something faster? It's also training for you. You go on an open mic night, live. You only have 15 seconds to make the crowd. The moment, any Singaporean crowds are very tough, so they're like judging you. And I hate it when they announce you as the first time comedian going up on stage because the prejudgment will be there.
Yep.
He's gonna suck.
Yep.
You know? See, life comes full circle. Now don't need YouTuber already. I can bring all my fucking famous actors, throw them on Netflix, and you are going to watch it. Full circle. We adapt. Broadcast now just went digital. You adapt. What's going to do? You think Netflix is going to go out of the game? No. But they stole nostalgia from me.
How so?
I love buying newspaper, the live section. Find my... 7:30 they are playing this. The highlight. Then I'll wait for TV to play 7:30. So it's a constant, you know?
Yep.
Remember last time movie tickets?
Oh my god. You have to check the newspaper for the timings, right?
Remember?
Yes.
Then you cut that out. And then you keep it like, okay, today 7:30 we go to the cinema, then we queue, buy ticket. Yeah. Cannot order online somehow. Yeah. You see, all people don't know, forget already. What do they know? We go full circle. Now, where is your movie ticket listings?
It's on your email. It's all like a JPEG. Yeah.
It's just adapted to something. Life is an adaptation. Here's what I wrote on my Instagram. This is my bio. Kishan. His own movie adaptation of reality. That's my bio. I live life like a movie. Always adapting. What's the sequel? Where's part 2? I want to see season 2, season 3. Where's that? What's new? But of course, you have to change with the current times. Of course, you got to let people take over. But that doesn't mean you are any lower than them or less qualified. You're you. You still hone in on your skills. You don't let... a lot of people think, no, now I have influencer friends like, now the TikTokers are coming up. I don't know how to do this kind of content. Are we forgetting that they don't know how to do what you can do? How do you adapt? We have to adapt right now. Literally right now, I have to adapt. What do I mean by that? Instagram just put pictures out of fashion.
Yep.
Everybody's turning their pictures to video.
Videos and reuse. I call it reuse and short videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
So now I have to work harder. I have to make videos. Just one selfie and then finish, you make money. No, rubbish. Now you have to film a video. Here's the fun part. Not many influencers know how to make videos. Right?
It's not easy.
It's not.
It's a lot of work that goes behind a really well executed video.
So you suddenly throw this shit at us and you expect us to adapt? So what's happening now? You got no choice. What? You want to be in the game? You want to continue that game? You say, I go back to the game. You want to continue that game? Your game just gave you a DLC.
Well put.
It's an update.
Yeah.
You can't shoot from the left, now you gotta shoot from the right. Fuck you.
Oh, fuck. It kind of changes the difficulty of it.
You remember Halo 1, 2, 3, 4? All the weapons changed, all the controls changed. Now you can fly the vehicle this way, the graphics has changed. It's a game. You adapt. I bet Halo Infinite, the new one, I'm sure some shit has changed.
Yeah.
You know the controls, you have Far Cry 1, 2, 3, the controls have changed. You adapt. But if you're slow to adapt, that's when life picks you off. It's like, now it's wildlife. If you're
Exactly.
the lowest
Evolution.
in the
Yeah.
pack- Yes, you're in the lowest in the pack, you get picked off by the hyenas.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Hone in on your skills. But then, it's not about you. What happens in a pack? You work with a pack. That's the problem with, I think, of a lot of Singaporeans. We don't like the culture of helping. My ring came out.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's
It's like,
magic.
marry me.
Yeah.
And then Singaporeans just don't like the culture of helping each other out. There's this preconceived notion of, if he can do what I do, he will steal my job. What if I told you, if he can do what you do, and if you all work together, y'all can do twice the job. Y'all could have come up with something better. Y'all could have made twice the money. What if I told you that? You do yourself lah. Everything's to do yourself lah. Everything's a hard work. What if I could share that heavy load, collaborate? You shoot for me, I shoot for you. I build your content, you build my content. We grow together. We get there because the end goal is the same. The end goal is what? You also want to be famous, I also want to be famous. You also want attention, I also want. Let's do that together.
Do you think it's about unlearning that idea that everyone's out to steal your job and that there's only one that everyone's vying for, and to move towards more collaboration? I mean, right now, 2021 going to 2022, it's like the age of collaborations.
Yes.
Everyone's doing collabs, like a musician is collaborating with an artist collaborating with a comedian, because you can do that not even just locally but overseas as well.
Which is beautiful to see. But I wish we catch up on that here faster. You look at the US. TikTokers are staying with each other in like a hype house.
Oh, it's like a streaming house.
A streaming.
Yeah, I find streaming to be the most interesting thing to have popped up over the last 3 to 4 years. It's kind of like pseudo reality TV, but not really, not as a cliche as how traditional media companies would do it. But it's quite what's the word for it? Quote unquote honest.
Yeah.
You get because the whole streaming thing is like a direct connection with the fans, the community, and that's interesting. And when you get all of them into a house, they form like a quote unquote like an organization. They create content, and they're out to target the traditional media companies.
And they're so wonderful. They're like, okay, so tonight I can't stream, but you can watch Mark over there. He'll be there. Maybe I'll pop in and out. And then cross-platform.
Yep.
Build together. Client comes in. Hey, great. I have a whole house. I got 3 other streamers. Would you like to hire them as well? Everybody made money. Why fight? Why? I want to be the top. You be the top lah. You do everything. You do everything yourself. Sorry, you do everything yourself. You climb to the top. You will be there alone.
While you worked with the second to the 5th place.
Yeah.
You worked with the second to the 5th
You climb
place.
yourself. You live alone. For what? You want to die alone? I don't want to die alone. I fear of dying alone. I would like to die before dogs. But I would never like to die alone. I don't want to die alone. I want to work with people. That's what filmmaking taught me. It's a dance between people. If the actor is not on set, the film cannot go. The camera not on set, of course the film cannot shoot. Director not on set, actor don't know what to do. Nobody knows what to do. So it's one person out, all out. That's film. Of course, you can call somebody to replace that, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
The job comes
The
out.
sentiment is there, yeah.
Soundman.
Important. Fucking important. Everyone plays a part ultimately.
What, the actor just they go back dubbing. Waste money, right? Waste time is alright. But of course, a lot of countries have to do dubbing because of noise pollution and whatnot. But you see, I just wish we have more of a culture of.
Do you think it's relics of the old past? I mean, it's survival of the fittest. Back then, when we were building the infrastructure and everything.
Who came up with this survival of the fittest?
Charles Darwin, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Fuck him. Why? Have you seen the animal kingdom? I always go back to the animal kingdom because human beings are animals anyway.
Have you seen hippos?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
They do
terrifying.
kill more people in Africa than
I'm
any
sure.
other animal.
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah, territorial.
Yeah.
I mean, look at their teeth.
They look super dopey, but when they open, you don't want to be near that.
How many tourists die because of hippos? No, because they're fucking canoeing.
Yeah, they
I
go
want
nuts.
to see why. That's how you don't know that a fucking hippo has changed its territory overnight and you fucking become massacred by this thing. One puncture from that teeth.
Oh,
That's it. But
You hope you die, yeah.
Do they live alone? No.
Mm.
Yes, some animals are solitary. But they coexist with other animals also.
Yep, they work together.
Yeah. Why we cannot? Why here? Why other country can? Why they so got so many things? I like that. It upsets me. Maybe it's how our system is run. Every man for himself. You know? Could be the Singaporean system. I don't know. Could be how we rule is, oh, you must be best in class. You must be best in class. Why can't you just do your best in class? Why do you have to be the best in class? Do your best in class. If you come out on top, good for you. If you can help somebody else come out on top, even better for you. I tell you, I'll give your karma 100 plus points. I want to change these lines. Don't be the best. Do your best. Why so much stress for? Why stress you? Do what you want. Do what you can. You know, collaborate with people. Bring people up. And yes, people will hurt you. I will never deny that. I know people are like, oh, you always say only, but you know all these people. Yes, I will never deny people will hurt you along the way. You trust somebody, you give them all. Fucker climbs ahead of you. It will happen.
Yep.
But what happens to you? You still you. You will still work. You don't hold a grudge. And you will climb. And let me tell you, when you finally reach his fucking level, you are going to have the biggest smile. Because you did it in the most positive, in the less heartless, with so much heart that you know you're in a better place than a guy who fucked you over. But that's collaboration and you take the risks. But it's a beautiful thing when two people come together. Influencers come together and they shoot together. You know, you have skills that you impart to them. They have skills that they impart to you. Honestly, I would love to hang out with a beauty influencer.
What's stopping?
Of course, time, effort. You know, every time you want to hang out with them, there's a lot of factors. You know, do they want to help you? Do they not want to help you? Do they give you the ums and the ums?
But kind of like stains the purity of the initial conversation, right? Yeah.
What's stopping me? Exactly what I just said. They don't want to collaborate with you. What's in it for them? People always ask what's in it for them. They don't ask what we can do together.
It's a good shift. Would you want to take the call now?
No, but I would like to go to the toilet.
Yes. Where's the pinky?
There! I was teaching Kevin how to tell people. Y'all don't know. I bet y'all forget this, okay? Everybody, I want to go to the toilet, but you forget to point the pinky, man. Sure!
So, after we have sufficiently relieved ourselves...
What do you mean sufficiently? I told you I was impatient. I'm just standing there. I never spoke to my dick to tell me. I was like, hurry up. Why so slow? They said never pee with a full bladder. It really tests your patience.
So if there's one thing you should learn from this episode, it's to never pee with a full bladder.
No. If you need to pee, go and pee. Don't wait, because you'll be talking to your dick. And then, can you imagine the next cubicle listening to you like, can you hurry up? And he cannot see you,
Yeah, exactly.
And you're looking at your dick, and then you're like, can you hurry up? Can you hurry up? Can you just wonder what's going on in the other cubicle.
So scandalous.
Why take your time lah? Why you want to hurry up? Even if somebody's doing something to you in the toilet. I don't think you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you hurry up? Can you hurry up? Can you hurry up? I just need a release. Can you hurry up? Can you hurry up? Ew.
As we were talking about social media, I'm curious to know if you feel pressure to create content to serve these hidden algorithms that you might not be privy to. You don't know what does, but you can only speculate as to what does well because of what you see.
Yeah.
But because right now, for anyone in the creative industry, in the media landscape, you kind of have an added role as a content creator.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like thrust upon that, and you have to play the game. If not, as you mentioned, you'll get left behind. But the fact is that the rules of the game is constantly changing. Unbeknownst to you, they don't give you a rule about, content should be this length, content should be about this, not about this does better. They don't share these with you. Or they don't share these with the individual creators because ultimately, you are how they make money
Yeah.
through ads and everything. So I'm just curious to know, do you feel the pressure like to create? And if so, how do you deal with it?
What I would say is, if you're in this line of work, it's your job lah to find out these algorithms or the way to connect with your audience. It's your job. That's your job. It's the basis of your job to find out how social media works, to connect. What's pressurizing? It's not the apps. Because you can make the apps work in your favor. Or of course, they work in their favor as well. What's pressurizing? Clients.
How so?
They see the numbers, they see your following, they see your engagement levels, they see all these things. Then they hire you. You are determined by the number. You are determined by this amount of number, therefore this is how much you are worth. That is pressurizing. And then what is pressurizing? You have to build more content. Then do your job to find out all these things and then build content for that. I cannot be disturbed. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Mark.
Hi, where are you?
I'm literally recording a podcast live right now and you are on speakerphone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mark,
Hi.
formerly from SGAT, then Wild Banana, now he's out of a job lah. Poor thing.
What do you mean I'm out of a job?
I don't know, you what?
Kidding.
Big difference, excusez-moi.
So sorry, my sassy little friend. Where are you? Are you out tonight?
Yes, I'm around Tanjong Pagar.
Okay, I'll see you there later.
I'm with Gabby tonight.
Nice, I think we're going to the same place.
Huh? What do you mean? We actually haven't made any plans.
I'm telling you now, read the lines.
Okay. See you there.
Okay, bye. This is how government-friendly people talk.
Yeah. Everything's scripted actually. Yeah, the call is scripted.
See you there, darling. Bye-bye.
Friendly people.
Okay, I see you. Bye-bye.
He's on a podcast.
I love my friends.
I can tell. And they love you too.
I love who I'm surrounded by.
Yeah.
I enjoy life, and I always put myself forward. You know, like yesterday I didn't recognize her. I thought she was my friend's girlfriend. She looked very similar. I'm not saying Chinese people all look alike, because a lot of Chinese people say Indians all look alike, because there's not many of us here, so no choice. And I hugged her. After a while, I realized, shit, I follow her on TikTok. And then I just looked at her and like, oh my god, I'm a fan. I'm a fucking fan. How are you? Sorry I didn't blow up like this 2 hours ago, but I don't care. She's like, do you know how big a star you are compared to me? That's not the question. I'm freaking out because I like your shit. That's all that matters to me. When I see people do good work, they make me laugh, I'm going up to them. I've gone up to artists that don't even know I exist. I don't care. I look up to this. Nikki Muller, one of the best hosts in Singapore. I saw her at a restaurant and I was like, hi, I know you don't know who am I. Just want to say hi and I think you're a great host. You made her day. I love that.
The sincerity, really.
Just
And, yeah.
Whatever they want to call it. I just love it. I just love people. I love parties. COVID is a pain in the ass for me. I'm a peacock, okay? I'm not a butterfly. I don't need to fly. I'm a peacock. I need to spread my mane so that I can show off to people I'm a fucking Leo who, you know Leo's lah, we all
It's the lion, right?
yeah, the lion, we showpiece, we have the mane, we gotta let it out. Then COVID like, no, you're only going to hang out with 5 people. How am I going to do 5? No, you hang out with 2 people now. 2? What is this? You went from therapy to intermingling, intermission to intimacy. This is not sex, I don't want 2 people. You don't need 2.
That's true.
Is this Singapore's great ploy of getting more Singaporean babies by
it's
having
a
restrictions
conspiracy right
by
there.
2 people? Oh, so clever, you
It's
people.
quite clever, actually.
Yeah. We don't have a lot more babies. Let's erect a HDB only couples can buy. And then we drop the restriction to 2. So they have no choice but to fuck.
So they put 2 plus 2 together. That's
Correct.
it.
And then once suddenly the hospital actually not overwhelmed by COVID, overwhelmed by pregnancy. Okay lah, now restriction 5 people. 5 people they cannot fuck. Because they can do orgy, maybe one will watch.
Actually, can one will watch.
One will watch lah.
Yeah.
No choice.
Maybe he enjoys watching.
Maybe 5 people. No lah, no, cannot. Yeah. Poor this. You're very clever. I can work for the government.
I think you did.
I should work. No, I have.
Yeah, I'm joking.
One too many times. Like I tell people ask me this question. They don't think it's offensive, but I find it offensive. They're like, you seem like you're the only Indian in the media industry now.
Oh God.
I was like, yeah. There are others, but do they do as good of a job as I do? You tell me that. That's not my ego talking. You tell me if I do a good enough job to be on every fucking screen available to mankind right now in Singapore. If I am, I'm happy for you. I also want to, I know you're crying also like Kishan, get off every fucking screen. But if I'm on every fucking screen, I think I'm doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see me on every fucking screen, maybe I died. I will be on screen. And if you ask me if I'm the only Indian here in Singapore, no. There are many other talented individuals.
Yep.
Like I said, it's a competition. You go for an audition, you get it, you don't get it. You don't get it. If I'm getting most of it, thank you very much for noticing that. I must be doing something right. I'll take it in the positive light. If you think I'm, in my own world and thinking about my ego or, just praise. Who's else going to praise you? You praise yourself lah.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to. Singaporeans were going to compliment you.
They tear you down 10 times and they compliment you once.
They're like, actually, you do like that, you do like that, but you're quite nice. What is the quite for?
You're quite nice for a local actor.
You're quite good looking. What's the quite for? It's either I am or I am. What's the quite for? I want to know. Why are you quacking like a duck? Lawrence Wong said that. It's so funny. If it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, it's a dog. Of course it's a duck, right? But I don't get it. Just why can't people be nice? I want to cry. No. But yeah.
I'm curious to know, do you watch your own shit?
Yee!
Do you?
Yee!
So your learning journey goes as far as to not watch your own stuff?
No. I scrub through.
Okay.
I do scrub through because when you act, right? Here's the thing about acting. You're doing it once.
What do you mean once?
You do the role once. You do that one character once. Unless you do a sequel.
Yep. Unless it's like a TV series or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
But you are always going to be ever doing that scene once.
Yep.
You will never replicate that scene in another movie. You will never watch. Okay lah. Let's just say Keanu Reeves in what's that
Matrix.
Movie? The Matrix, right? No.
John Wick?
John Wick. He shoots his guy in the face and he says some fucking line. Is he going to say that? Is he going to shoot the guy the same way, say the same fucking line in the Matrix? No. That's John Wick. So you do that scene once in a lifetime. So whatever happens in that scene, when the director called cut and is move on to the next scene, it's done for. What are you going to do? Go back and watch it and go, can I do that again? The movie's out. It's making $100 billion. Can I do that scene again? No. You can do it. So to me, watch it for what? But I do scrub through to scenes that I have felt for to just understand technicality and how I could have just done that better. I scrub through to, because when you're doing the scene, you're like, okay, actually, I really like this scene.
Yep.
Did I do it well?
Yep.
Then you go back and you watch it and you realize, shit, I should have listened to Michael Caine. Michael Caine said, if the camera's on that side of your face, let's just say you're my co-star and I'm the one on camera now. It's on. If the camera's on
just facing
on
you,
your right. So, so if there's a shot on me and the camera's on your right, if I talk to you, my right eye needs to favor your. What is that? Your left. This is your.
My right?
Left eye.
My left. Okay.
Wait, I'm very confused with the left and the right. Hold on here.
Yeah.
This eye is what side?
Right.
Right side. So my right eye needs to match up with your right eye.
Oh, that's interesting.
This way. Why? Because the camera's on your right face, right? So now when I do this, you see the angle here? Now my face is at an angle. So now it captures
So
you.
the camera catches you.
Correct. So I talk to you this way. If I talk to you this way,
Catching your side profile.
normal
yeah.
people this way, what are
Yep.
you catching? What is he catching? This side.
Yeah.
So I was so engrossed in this scene. I was talking to my co-actor, and it was a very wonderful scene. But I went into a natural habit of talking to somebody because I was so comfortable.
Yep.
I forgot about the camera. I forgot that I was pandering to so I was talking like this.
Yep.
And in the entire scene, you only could see my long fucking parrot of a nose. Just pointing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did nobody tell me this on set?
Mm-mm.
Why don't help me? Just tell me, but it was a great scene, but I was very invested in the conversation. So these kind of technicalities, we just need to remember. Favoring.
Yep.
It's actually a very big thing.
But it's quite interesting that you mentioned that you can't be too comfortable in a role and to just totally forget about the camera, but you have to embody the role to be a good actor, and you still have to have perhaps a bit of yourself in the role. So you have to balance even these three things when you're engaging, and there's the camera looking. You still ultimately, if the camera isn't there to catch it, then why are you acting? Ultimately, it is for the camera to catch it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then you feed off the energy and you throw the energy into the camera somehow. Although I'm talking to you, that conversation needs to go to the camera.
It needs to go to the mic.
Yeah. Everything. I mean, the mic's going to be permanently on you.
Yeah.
Don't care, the sound man. But just be careful when you go toilet. Make sure you tell the sound man. Because he is going to hear everything.
Oh no.
I've done it many times. I've even said a lot of things off camera and the sound man said, so you're talking about the director.
Oh dear.
I was like, I didn't tell you that, what? Don't worry, I heard it all. I was like, shit. I'm very vocal.
Yeah.
So lucky I make friends with all the sound people. Then I'll be like, then they'll be like, okay, I'll mute you.
Yep.
And they would do it for me. But a lot of them have integrity. The moment they hear us gossiping, right?
Cut.
They will cut the volume. Because they don't want people to hear.
Yep.
Suddenly somebody press roll on the camera, right? That's it,
Oh,
Whatever
no.
you say is
Yeah.
captured, no?
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
Oh shit. Wow.
Because it's connected to the camera.
I see.
So if I'm talking in the toilet, the cameraman accidentally press record.
Yep. It's captured.
Captured.
Wow.
Where's it going to go? The camera wouldn't know whether you have a mic on it, what? Only the mic knows that you're on it, what?
Yep.
So it's like that. So, microphones. Actually, microphones is a big deal, huh? A lot of our parliamentary people don't know how to use microphones. Our government don't know how to use microphone. They forget to off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was the one incident. Oops.
I was about to put it into context. I thought, never mind.
People can go and look it up themselves.
Lousy school. No, I just had to.
So before we move on to
Yeah.
kind of the last topic, I just wanted to pick your mind on.
Yeah.
I do have a question about your fame. You have been in the industry for a bit,
My
and
fame?
I'm just curious to know how do you deal with it? Do you get recognized on the streets? Do people come up to you, talking, asking questions about perhaps do younger people like come up to you in public? Really, how do you deal with it?
I mean that's what the job doesn't prepare you for, the fame.
How do you deal with it?
You just deal with it, lah.
Does it get to you?
Yeah, once in a while. What gets to me is being told to be me.
What does that mean?
But their perception of me is what they see on camera.
Okay.
So I think there's one time I was buying chicken rice and this lady came up to me and she's like, well, if it's a Moody, you're a funny guy, I make a joke lah.
Oh dear.
And I was like, I'm just buying chicken rice. What do you want me to do? Make the chicken laugh before it dies on the table? What do you want me? So I turned the whole table around. She said her whole family is a fan of me and they're sitting over there.
Mm.
And I was just going to have dinner alone anyway. So I said, would you mind if I join you? And I did. I sat with the family. We had a great time.
Mm-mm.
I made them laugh. But we had a great time just having a conversation. And I got a chance to learn what my fans or audience likes about me.
Mm.
Maybe I can hone in on that. So that was kind of nice. Of course I get recognized as other Indian celebrities.
Oh dear.
So there's this story of me at a 7-Eleven. I was wearing a full suit, yeah.
Okay.
Now this other celebrity, I've never seen him wear a full suit.
Mm.
And I had my hair dyed.
Mm.
I was wearing a mask. I was looking dashing as fuck. and I was buying something at 7-Eleven, and then the lady goes, "Hey Kumar!"
Oh dear.
Then I was like,
What do you do? Do you play off that?
it's exactly what I did. So I was like, you know what? If you think I'm Kumar, my friends are laughing their ass off already. And I'm like, she's so happy to see Kumar. Let's just make her day. I mean, I don't know if it was the right thing to do. I didn't want to embarrass her. So I saw her name tag and I just went into my most nasally Kumar voice. I just went, "Hey Vivian, I know so long lah, never see you and all that." And then she's like, "I knew it was you lah, Kumar. You remember me and last time I was at the other 7-Eleven and you want your favorite Saprona. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this on the podcast." So apparently Kumar's favorite cigarette is Saprona. She told me that, Kumar, if you're listening to this, Vivian told me that 7-Eleven Tanjung Pagar.
Just dogs her. Oh my god.
So Vivian was, I remember her name.
Yeah.
So Vivian was like, "Oh yeah, I know. You want your Saprona?" I said, "I don't smoke already lah, Vivian." "Oh, hey, good lah, Kumar, good lah." Then I said, "Okay lah." And I left. Then people come up to me like, "Hey, I love your work. You did the podcast and all that." I was like, shit. You see, when you start with, "I love your work," I think you know me.
Mhm.
Then once they say I do podcast, "Oh, you're talking about Ministry of Fani. You know Haresh Talani." Yeah. By the way, it's because of Haresh Talani I'm on Wabanana. He's the one who gave up the job. So Wabanana scouted him. He's like, "No, I don't want." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, look at Kishan." I said, "Thank you."
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's good that you have the awareness to even play off it. Because I imagine scenarios like that, if circumstances are not right that day, you're feeling a particular mood, it could get nasty because what? Yeah, it's a very weird misunderstanding to even have. Yeah.
I mean, when why do I need to get angry for? For what? Waste time. You're working up all this anger and this for what? Just they made a mistake. Fuck it. Educate them. Tell them who you are. Say, "Yeah, it's not me." Make a joke.
Yep.
Yes, I've embarrassed one or two of them, which is funny to see. I'm like, "Huh? You think what?" The cleaner also look like me, ah. Or you look like my friend here, not. That kind of thing. But just play along, have them thought or think about it, or just make their day lah, right? They think you're that, then you think you're that. And in the end, who's having the laugh here? Me. I finally get to laugh.
You're making yourself laugh.
Yeah, finally. Nobody else does that for me, but I have good friends who make me laugh all the time. But your fans will never make you laugh, lah. Unless they say something absurd.
Yeah, absurd.
Instagram page, right?
So one of the last things I really wanted to talk about was the amazing ad campaign that you did for Circle's Life. That was actually the first piece of media that I think Nick showed me that you were on. He was talking to you like how amazing you were on that. So I'm just curious to know what about that particular pitch appealed to you? Yeah, because it was a very unconventional take on the idea of the campaign. So what was it what appealed to you?
Sarcasm.
Mhm.
So here's what happened. I got the email from not Circles Live, but the production company handling the shoot. And I saw the word Circles Live, and I was just like,
Another TVC?
Another TVC lah. Then some fucked up lines lah. Telco company, Singapore, what big deal? They're gonna be so. Look at all the telco ads that you've done lah. Home is where the heart is. You and your mother connecting by the new Wi-Fi. I'm sick and tired of seeing that. And then I didn't want to do the job. And then I asked the guy, I said, "Send me the script. I like doing this. I want to see the script for any project that I do first. Let me feel it, do it, see where I can input, and then if I can input and make it even better, I'll work with you.
Interesting.
We'll do that, right? Because that's my job. as an actor, it's not to show up and say a bunch of lines. It's to show up and give you ideas as well, because I'm the one playing the role. I'm the one coming in there. You better have some fucking ideas, man. If I'm coming there and I'm going, so I'll visualize the scene at home. I'll be saying this. Now, shit, if I walked over there, turned around, faced my back to him, that's the verb.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then, what signal am I sending to him as I turn the back? And then I'm formulating a scene in my head. I come back down to set. I share it with the director. The director shares with me his view. Let's see how we can pair these two things together. That's when you work.
It's a collaboration.
Exactly that. It's a dance. You don't just show up. That's not your job. So for this one, I read the script. The moment I opened that PDF, I fell in love with it. I made love to that script. I felt it. I was like, he was a bit unsatisfied by it, but I was like, I can make this work. I know the lines. I want this. We'll do it. And I read the lines. And I'm a government boy, yeah? Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of government campaigns.
As you've said many times.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I've heard shit that I could agree or disagree on. I've said some stuff that I do believe in and I do not believe in. But these are things that an actor does. You make the things that you don't believe believable so that people believe them as well. Right? You can't possibly believe everything in this world. But as an actor, that's your job. To believe. And make people believe. Are you doing the right thing, wrong thing? No, it's your job. It's my job to make this come alive. And I read that script and I was like, shit, people need to hear this. Because we are ruled by numbers, right? You have kids commit suicide after getting their PSLE scores. You have people going into depression or not showing their face at family reunions because they're not making 5K a month. You got people who are 30 and still hunted by their aunties and their friends like, hey, when are you getting married? What's all this added stress for? Is our system really doing this to us? So it was something that I knew how to say, wanted to say, and I said we will say. And then I met the director in a few days. We spoke about 30 minutes, and then we downed about 14 bottles of beer. And then we just collaborated then and there. And then we were constantly texting. I was constantly asking him, how's the idea? How's the flow? Where we're doing? And that's how I work. If I'm very passionate about it, you will have my 110%. I'm there all the way. I'm not just going to, you want me for this? The script is great. I'll just show up on the 27th. No, we're going to be.
It's a constant dialogue,
because
really.
It's me as well. I'm not just showing up, you see. I'm the face of it. I have to do it. And I would do it together with you. My way. Your way. Together. Wow, that was like a picture.
That's perfect, actually.
That's like a slogan.
Yeah.
Can you clip that? No. And then
I'll get in touch with your manager.
no. You can text me.
Yeah.
You have my number. And then, so it was constant back and forth. And then when I was on set, it was like a stand-up comedy show because we were doing I think we did about 10 takes. And I was doing 1 take, 2 take. And then because I had the script earlier on, a sudden spark hit me. And I run into the client's room and all the Circus Life people are like, look, what if I said this? Let me go try it out. So I would run back to set, say the line that I think would work. Like, because the script was there already, but I was coming up with other lines. And I said the line and then I would calculate the laughs in the room.
What do you mean?
So like, I think one of the lines in there was 30 and the only people attending your birthday parties are your friends with kids. The original line wasn't like that. It was 30, still single, married, and
it's a bit longer.
It was a bit blender. And then, but because I saw the extra come in with a baby in her arm, and then I went, oh shit, it is really when you're 30, people. And then I ran out and I said that line, which wasn't in the script, by the way. 30 and the only people attending your birthday parties are your friends with kids and rubbing it in your face. Everybody who was 30 in the room turned. And then I put a tick there.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I ran back in the room. And the Circus Life people, the young crowd, the wonderful people, they collaborated so well. They were so good with what I was saying. They're like, yeah, go with it. Yeah, go with it. They're like, oh, and I love that, you see. And they're like, no, I tell you what, the grammar here cannot, but you change this one, but stick with the same one. And then we were working together. That was beautiful. And then I ran out, and then I was like, the most stressful numbers were fractions. I said the line, and then I waited, maybe 3 laughs. Okay. That was in the script. And I ran out again. And here we all thought, I would just deliver the line I was doing on set, and then because big crew, right?
Yep.
If a crew laughs, means it's funny. Crew never laugh, you go home.
Oh, wow.
As a comedian, your crew don't laugh, something is wrong. Because they are your first audience. If they don't laugh, you have a problem. So I came up. They never laugh. Take up. Most stressful numbers are when you do 1 + 1 is 2. Cheesy. Take up. I ran out after speaking to the clients. I ran out. So the most stressful numbers is when you give Fatima 30 watermelons and you give John 20, go find X. Then they'll all laugh.
Yeah.
Everybody bursts out like, yeah, why must we find X for fuck's sake? Not like I'm finding X now. Now if I tell you to find X, that's a sexual thing already. And then I just did that whole spiel.
Yep.
And everybody in the room just lighted up and they laughed. That went on to
The final.
the video.
Yep.
And you saw that.
Yep.
And then at the end of the video, a lot of people don't know this, it's actually a blooper reel. Where when I say you more than any number.
Someone passed you something, right?
And then I was reaching, right?
Yeah.
The guy was late. Now, what happened was I was just supposed to have the board in my hand.
Yeah.
And then the client runs out and goes, what if we pass you the board? I say, what is it, Cirque du Soleil? I didn't like the idea. And then she's like, and then you see the passion in her face that she think it might work. And I don't like the idea. And I look at the passion in her face. Like, I tell you what, darling, I'll try the idea. Let's see whether we make it work. Okay, we'll just try it. I don't like it, but we'll try it. Okay, let's just try. We try. Because everything you do, you try. You always try. And then they put this PA that's stood right under there. And then everybody's coordinating, right? All the actors were on point with the timing of my words. So when I come out and I go, oh, you're unquantifiable, you're ever-evolving human being. See, I love the lines.
You're just delivering them so naturally.
I love the lines.
Yeah.
So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And then everybody's just coming out so nicely. Then I go, you're you. And then I knew I was going to have to say more than any number. But he was supposed to come in at you. He didn't. So I looked down. I wish they got this on camera. So I'm looking down, right? He looks up at me at my face like in awe. He's just looking at me in awe. And then I look at him. He's like, yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, carry on. I'm listening to your speech. And in my eyes, like, you have a fucking job to do. And then that's when I wriggle my hands. Give me. Then he like, oh.
It looks so natural.
And then he passed it to me. And then I go, you're more than any number. And then the cue, the jingle comes in. And then, bam, that's the
I thought it was
event.
planned.
No. I wish they had another camera on him. He was hilarious. He's like, I believe what you are saying. Say more. I forgot about what I had to do for you.
I was so
but
amazed.
say more. I love these moments. That's what makes me love my job.
I'm curious to know, have there been scripts or projects you've turned down because you didn't particularly vibed or something wasn't hitting right in the script?
Have. I just knew it wasn't for me. Or most of the time, I will give it a try first. No matter if I don't feel it or what, I will give it a try. Let's build it. Because sometimes you're reading it as Kishan. You're not reading it as the character. So you try, you formulate, and you really fit in. I've been to auditions. And they wanted me for the role. But at the audition, when I showed them what I could do for this role, I said, guys, I'm just not feeling it. I really don't think it's me. I know you see me in the role, but as you can see, as I do it, you yourself are questioning your doubts. Has happened. So, part and parcel of the job. You know, if I told you the original casting of Jurassic Park, you'll laugh, man. Did you know this?
No.
You know who was the original cast for Jurassic Park? And Steven Spielberg was like, nah, let's get some new people lah. Original cast: Sean Connery as John Hammond, the owner of the park. Gwyneth Paltrow as Ellie Sattler. Harrison Ford for Sam Neill. Jeff Goldblum's role as Ian Malcolm. Jim Carrey.
Oh wow, it
This
felt so
was
different.
the first few names that were thrown up for the film.
Yeah.
And then Steven's like, no, I want new people finding their stardom so that people can connect with them better than people connecting with Jim Carrey. I want to connect with Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm. How do we do that? So change the casting, get these people, and look at them now.
It's worked spectacularly.
Exactly that. You see, that's the game. Imagine if Jim Carrey did the role.
It'd be so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the thing. That could have been a very different. Maybe it's like Spider-Man No Way Home. Maybe in somebody else's universe, Jim Carrey played that role.
It's Spider-Man?
Maybe Jurassic Park would have been a very different film.
It's a different timeline.
Who knows? You see?
I keep hearing this saying that going back to what you say about casting, like the directors, because they will cast like 10 different people, but maybe on the 11 or the 12, like a chance encounter, the director will, or the people deciding the film, they will see this one individual and it's like, oh, that's the person. Does it happen, or is it just
I've been casted for roles where I never auditioned for.
it's just that's the person?
That's it.
Interesting.
I want Kishan, that's it.
But so there is that intangible, I don't know, like a magical element that is just present. You can't explain it. It's like I want Kishan for that role, and it worked out spectacularly. Yeah.
That's it. Because they just, I mean, of course, these are some people that I've worked with before, or they've seen me and they just go, you, that's it. You. Of course, I'll question myself, like, cannot be that. You must have asked some other people. Maybe I'm the cheaper option. But there have been many roles, and I'm very glad to say they trust me quite a bit. And I will repay that kindness in doing the best job I can on set for you. So there's been many roles that I didn't audition for, and a lot of these directors, I hate bringing this up, but it's actually a good thing to say as well. We are very lucky and fortunate in Singapore to have the CMIO, which is the Chinese, Malay, Indian, others.
Oh, what is that?
It's a rule that any TV show that you do or any commercial that you do, you need to have these four in the ruling. CMIO, Chinese, Malay, Indian, others. So a lot of times in the olden shows, right, of course the Chinese person rules the main leads, and then the Malay and the Indians are subpar characters, and then the others might not be there.
Yep.
I've never had a problem with this. A lot of times, some shows you see, or they just cast an Indian person as the Indian person because
They're a token Indian.
You need the token Indian. I'm very happy to say, I think only Tanglin is a token Indian. Other than that, my entire life so far, I've never been the token Indian. You may look at it and go, but you're the only Indian in the show. Yes. But I'm not playing an Indian man. I'm given a role that I could perform in. Kishan is performing, not Kishan, the Indian boy, is performing this Indian role. Of course, I Boys to Men 4 and all that.
But that's a very important distinction. I mean, even when you saying that, it makes sense. Yeah, you're not playing an Indian, but you're performing a role. A character, yeah.
Character, yes. And a lot of times, I had scripts. A lot of times, I would ask the casting director questions. Yes, I know you want me for this role. Can I find out what all the other characters are? Does this have a family background? Don't have, right? He's one of the main leads, right? Supporting? Okay, I try. You didn't see me in that role. I know. Let me try. Most of the time, I'll get those roles because I surprise them. There's been many times. What they initially wanted me for, I will ask the rest for the character list. This one, the family background. I know you need a Chinese family here, so I'm not going to touch that. What about this one? These four? Okay, I feel for these two. Can I try these two? And let me just show you. If you don't like them, we go back to that one. But if you do feel I could do this too, I feel for them. Can I try? And then you get them.
I would love to see you in a production where you play all the roles. It feels like that would be very interesting for you.
Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor. And, I would love to. I would love to do
Sounds like something of great challenge
that.
to you.
It's so fun. Like, just give me one of my dream roles.
In closing to this fantastic conversation, I just have two more questions. One of which is, who or what first taught you what it meant to be funny?
1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. That's a great question. Can you ask me that question again?
Who? Oh, okay. So this is the question. Who or what first taught you what it meant to be funny?
Life. Life taught me to be funny. Life taught me to make fun of it so that I would laugh, make other people laugh, and then the whole world would be a better place. I was a very timid boy when I was younger. As much as I was energetic, attention-seeking, I was never funny.
Mm.
But then I was bullied, and I was thrown into a group that used me for their advantage, which is make fun of me, bring themselves up, and then, mingle with people so they can start a conversation by using me.
Mm.
You get my drift?
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, and it was a family member that did that to me. So it was very painful at that time. And then I started making it better for me. Like, okay, you're doing that to me. I would never want to put somebody on the spot like that. But how can I not put people on the spot and use them as the advantage of laughter? But how do I take what you guys are doing and make everybody else laugh? Not at the expense, that's the word.
Mm.
Expense of someone. I may make fun of you, but I will never isolate you. Once I make fun of you, I'm going to move to the next person. Like, you don't laugh, your teeth already crooked.
Equal.
Equal.
Yeah.
I may be cross-eyed, but your hair fucking balding. Then you move, you see? You give it to the whole group. Then I'm like, oh, okay, you can do that. And then I realize I say a lot of dumb shit out of curiosity. And people just laugh. And I realize, oh shit, is my face funny? Oh great, let's do that. People just laugh at me. It's a curse also, because whatever I say these days, people think it's a joke.
Oh dear.
I can say factual things, and like I told my friends peacock can fly. They thought that was the punchline. And they and they
It's
laugh.
a curse, yeah.
I can say factual things like, really not. Really she died you're not bluffing me Brother, she died Yeah, you still blah blah.
Oh,
then they
dear.
go and check, yeah lah. Then they're not shocked about that person dying. They're shocked about, I cannot take you seriously. I'm more shocked at that, no.
Sounds like a damn problem.
Yeah, so I struggle with that, but I also just honed in on my stupidity lah. Like, I would say dumb shit lah. I'd be like, and I'm usually, when I say these kind of stupid things out of curiosity, but I'm also calling you out in a way. But I didn't see it that way till I became a bit more mature. Like, it's funny, like, okay, let's just say you needed to plug the microphone in today.
Okay.
Right? Instead of taking the easy way left, and then you did the right way, and then you went down, and then you went up, and then you go through the cable here, and then you plug it in, right? And then other people will just look at you and like, oh, whatever, he's just putting the mic. I'll be like, why do you have to do it like that? Why can't you just put it cable here, right? Why stupid or what? Then people laugh, right? Be like, oh, you called it out. And then I realized, oh shit, okay, that's one way to do it. And I realized people like it, and people find it funny when you voice their concerns for them. It's a thing. They're thinking it. But whoever here has the balls to say it is going to be the comedian of the night.
Yeah.
Because he's voicing out your concerns.
Yeah.
I'm
validated.
Sure,
yeah.
Yes. If I was an idiot here who can't open the fucking can, but you're a nice guy, you're not going to say anything about it. Right? You're thinking it. Why you cannot open the can? Right? This is your inner voice. What's wrong with him? His fingernails got problem. Is it? But the guy next to you goes, How long are you going to take to open the can? By the time I'm drunk, you're still sober as fuck. He's the joker of the night because he's calling your concern out, and that's what makes comedians brave.
But there is great power in comedy as well, I think.
There's also great tragedy.
Yeah. It's both sides. Yeah. I mean, please have the last one, the last beer. Please go ahead.
After you close, I'm already booking already. I'm going to the bar and all that.
Yeah, so there is great tragedy, and I think it's interesting to consider that I have heard interviews from great comedians that they hold on to that tragedy so much that they fear that their comedy or even the comedic element would deteriorate if they do not have the tragedy. And that is a interesting dynamic to have.
No, I think every comedian has had a tragic past. It's tragedy. That's why it rhymes with comedy.
Well, that should be your punchline.
Yeah. I guess so. But, I mean, it's very sad to say tragedy defines comedy when you just want to make people laugh. But a lot of times, it's not tragedy. It's personal life. It's personal experiences. You're voicing out. You're saying a story. There are different types of comedians. You got Ricky Gervais, who's an absolute inspiration of mine. He calls shit out, right? And it's so funny. He calls people out. Bigotry. He does that very well. Then you got Kevin Hart, who's, sharing personal experiences, life. You got Kumar making jokes at our fucking Singapore lifestyle, Beautiful stuff. Of course, it's ever changing with the times because as time goes by, things get more sensitive, blah, blah, blah. But it all comes from a story, It all comes from a standpoint of a story well lived. And then you formulate that, you build, and that's your comedy, right? Of course, there are bigger comedians out there. I mean, I look up to people in Singapore like Sharul Channa, Rishi Budwani. These two people, top comedians in Singapore. I'm nowhere near these two. Wonderful people, two different humors, married to each other. Oh, you hear that shit. The way she calls shit out, the way she calls Indians out, and like, yeah, I know Indian parties, we're all not looking at each other, we're all measuring our breast sizes. Who here has the B cup? Who here has the flat lawn like chapati? That kind of thing is so funny. And why? Voicing concerns. Indians usually don't talk like that.
Interesting.
They're very,
So the closing question I have to you for the night is, if your life up to right now were to be, what type of genre of film do you think your life would be up to right now? What type of genre?
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi? How would it play out? What is the rough synopsis of it?
I land on an island. I get into a jeep.
It's sci-fi, got jeep.
Got
Halo,
jeep
Halo.
lah.
Okay.
I haven't finished the story yet.
Okay.
Helicopter.
Okay.
I land on an island. I get into a jeep. We ride out. And the first thing I see is a brachiosaurus.
And Jurassic Park starts.
Sci-fi. There you go. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Now you can roll your credits to your podcast. Da-da-da-da-da. Thank you so much for having me. Ta-da.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
This has been a fantastic episode. Where can people find your stuff? Where can people find you on TikTok?
You just search my name, J.Jaikishan. You'll find my Instagram, you'll find my TikTok. I'm the Gundu Gamer on my Twitch stream. You can get me there. You can, these 3 places for now.
So just Google Kishan. OnlyFans?
Coming soon.
Okay.
No choice now. I have to pay bills.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time, Kishan. Thank you for the conversation.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the episode and feel inspired. If you enjoyed what you heard thus far, do give us a follow on Instagram. And don't forget to share and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode.